Well. What's up, everyone? Welcome to the first episode of what we're calling Axalon News. Just a temporary name, I guess, or might be the new name of the show. Not too certain yet, but this is what we're going with now. It's better than just Transformers Recap number or whatever. So yeah, as you can see from the subtitle of the stream, it is talking about the fan stream from this past week, along with all the toy leaks, whether it be physical pictures of the toy leaks or toy listings. A few other little things sprinkled in there, but yeah, for majority, it's going to be the news from the past couple weeks. For anyone just now tuning in, everything we're going to be talking about is in the description as part of the show notes. I included it, what we are talking about as well, or for my co-hosts as well as people viewing. So it is the same between us and the viewer. So hello again, Daniel. Like I said, everything we're talking about is in the description. That way, there's no question as to what we're covering. So it's all there. I also provided links, a few links. So that being said, let's go ahead and get into introductions. So, Alan.
I'm Alan. You can find me here on YouTube. Sorry, stretching. At Werewolf Finder for my toy reviews and Werewolf Finder Gaming for my video game reviews. And we just beat Transformers Battlegrounds yesterday.
Nice.
And we'll be moving to Transformers Earthspark Expedition, which I already kind of played on the Switch, and it's a video game out of 10. I have played a whole lot worse, but at the same time,
it's a game of all time.
Huh?
It's a game of all time.
It's a game of all time, yes. Like I've heard people say like it's the worst game they ever played, and I have to look at them dead in the eye and go, no. After the stuff I've played, this is passable. At least it plays. It doesn't crash your system 3 times.
What game did that?
Huh?
What game did that to you?
Tales of Despero crashed my Wii U 3 times.
Jeez.
And when I say crash, it hard crashed. I had to reset the console 3 times. Yeah. It was that game is.
Cursed.
I'll just put it to you like this. There's a whole review of it on my Werewolf Finder Gaming channel. So if you want to follow the pain I had to go through, go check that video. I titled it probably the worst Wii game I've ever played, and it's probably in the top 3 of worst games I've ever played. So it's like saying like when people say like, oh, like this game is such a bad game, it's like, no, this is like saying like this, like the Thor 2 movies that is a bad movie. No, that's a bad movie according to Marvel standards. You want to see a bad movie? Let me show you a bad movie.
Transformers: The Last Night.
No, let's go even deeper than that. We're talking about like, because at least I'm when I say bad movie, when I say something bad in general, I'm talking about like there's nothing redeemable of it. At least The Last Night had some good visuals. It had some good ideas going on with it. There's some cool action scenes. Like there are redeeming parts of it. There's at least it's like you can at least I can at least pop in a clip of it from time to time. Nitrogenous is a good example of that. Like that dude was just like he had a cool design, had a cool personality. His intro was really cool. See, you already got cool points right there. I'm talking about like movies that have no redeeming factors whatsoever. Anyway, yeah, but it's we're that's not the Earthspark Expedition is not the one. It's fine. It's the next one. It's Galactic Trials. That's after that. It's been billed as a battle racing game. It came out very quietly in October of last year, and that is woo! at least from the trailers that I've watched, it looks like it's you racing, and the segments that you transform, you're on rails, and you have to try to either get rid of obstacles, get rid of the other opponent, and that's it.
What was the Subway Surfers now?
I think so. It just looks so another. This is a game out of 10.
Yeah.
It looks like it functions. It looks like it runs. It just might be like, yeah, this just might be another one. And I'm kind of looking forward to it just for the content alone, but at the same time, I'm not looking forward to it because it's at the expense of my sanity. My biggest complaint with Battlegrounds was that it's an XCOM-like game, right? It's a tactical game where you could have kept going with it, but like you can definitely tell after a certain point that dev team was like, no, we're done. We're just being paid to shove this thing out the door because like it has bare bone minute. Like as soon as the game gets flowing, it's like, oh, game's over. That's it. Like the FUT. I still have like 10 plus moves to unlock. And I think it's to make you play the arcade mode or the harder difficulties. And I'm like, no. We beat it. We're done. Move on. Anyway.
Daniel, no, we haven't gotten to that point yet. We just started. So we're just now getting through introductions.
Okay, yeah. What you got in terms of like... okay. Yeah. Introductions. Your turn?
So yeah, you can find me over at Daltonia95. Not much going on as far as like review stuff. One of my hauls I got to get recording on, but I'll probably do Studio Series Galvatron first because that's the last figure in my backlog to review as far as I can tell. But yeah, I mean, keep an eye out for that. Of course, the stream. I guess we'll get into hauls or yeah. So go ahead. What'd you get the past 2 weeks?
I'm actually hold on. I gotta check the tracking number on it. Dang it. Okay.
If it's on its way, it doesn't count.
No,
it doesn't count when it's already on the doorstep.
It popped up. It popped up in the area yesterday, right? So I thought it would be out here for delivery, but no, it just went through the sorting facility. 71130. That's the local. That's my post office. That's the post office down the street. So yeah, it'll be here Monday.
Yeah.
But I'll save that for next time. But actually, I don't think I bought anything the past 2 weeks. I think the last thing I got was Stock A.
Yeah, I remember you talking about that last time.
Bone Crusher.
Studio 86.
Yeah.
I don't know if you. I don't remember.
I think I want to say that's the last thing I got because I also got. I said I got Studio Series 86, Galvatron, and Gamer Series Skywarp.
Yeah, I remember you talking about the.
Yeah, they're very purple out of 10.
Galvatron finally has more like blueberry purple.
I dig the different color variations because purples change.
Well, I prefer the Studio Series color where it's more on the blue side, like it's the cooler purple.
I got you. I didn't mind the battle damage of I didn't mind the pseudo battle damage from the Kingdom one. I do agree with a bunch of people that the reason why they gave the battle damage in the Kingdom one was to eventually release the Studio Series one.
Or the Legacy.
Yeah,
because the Legacy was the exact same as the Kingdom, just no battle damage.
Yeah, they did it because they knew it was going to bug people. Yeah, I think Bone Crusher's the only one I got in the past 2 weeks because money's been kind of tight.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Bone Crusher is topical for one of our news items.
Yeah. So yeah, Bone Crusher's he's like. So I had a Combiner Wars Devi for a hot minute. So, and I do remember the feel of those toys. And goodness gracious, I am so happy that all these guys are getting individual releases because
their own budget.
Yeah, get their own. Not only their own budget, it means that not just their own budget, but it means that they can pay. I guess it does mean that they don't get their own budget, but it means that each figure can be paid attention to.
Some more than others. Huh? Some get a little bit better than others.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like in the sense of the perfect example of Bone Crusher is his legs.
Mm-hmm.
Where in the Combiner Wars version, his legs are very hollow and very weak.
Especially the pelvis.
Yes. But in this one, those are strengthened up because thanks to having his own budget, he can now be a lot more solid. I mean, like that's just the knee, you know. That's the knee clicking in.
Yeah.
My only complaint is his arms are just a little stubby, but it's not a deal breaker for me.
And fortunately, with another news item, that'll be fixed.
Oh, But what is it? I guess my only complaint is his little the little like canopy that covers the driver's seat.
Yeah, the driver canopy.
Yeah, and how it can't hide all the way. That because in the animation model that hood's not there. But that's my only.
Is it on just a friction tab?
Huh?
Is it on a friction clip?
I think so. Yeah, it's just on. I mean, I can take it off, but
yeah, pop it off and turn it 180.
Yeah, but then I have to turn 180 when I transform it back.
Oh no, parts forming.
It's transforming with additional steps.
So is it.
But at the same time, like I said, that's my only complaint about it, though. I mean, to an extent, I don't like how his he has technically a waist, but you have to unplug his chest. But you can tell that waist is meant to be the shoulder joint for arm mode.
Yeah.
But overall, like once you get him into like the actual like bulldozer / arm mode, and you feel just how solid this man is, it makes me super excited for the eventual combine mode, because he's going to be so chunky. He's going to be so like, again, the word of the day is solid. Like I think there's already been videos of people doing this to their Devastators, but like if I put this Devastator together and shake him, nothing's going to come off.
Yeah. All right, Daniel, it's in the description. Everything that we're talking about is in the show notes in the description. It's there. We're going to talk about what's in the description. So just look at the drop-down bar and you'll see it.
Please be patient. Huh?
You just got a bone crusher, you said?
Yeah, because like I said, money's been tight. So I haven't. I need to ship my flipping pile of loot. But yeah, this is all I got, sadly. Wait, hold on. Did I get another movie figure? Blockade. Scoot. No, okay, that's it. Because I think I already talked about Scrapper, didn't I? Yeah, I already talked about Scrapper.
Yeah, I think we did.
Yeah, that's it. That's the only thing I got, because, like I said, money's been tight.
Oh, yeah, I mean, same with me, but fortunately I used a little something to help with a couple of my hauls, but I got both of the Wreck and Doom sets that are currently out.
Nice.
So I got Top Spin and Spinister, and then Physitron or Iron Fist, whatever you want to call them, and Carnivec. With the latter two, I had to get a hold of Amazon and have them send a replacement, because the first one is lost in the ether somewhere.
Oh, it never showed up?
It never showed up. It said it was supposed to be here on the 10th. Nothing.
Did you check the tracking number?
The tracking number just says accepted at the post office.
Yeah, it probably got lost in the mail.
So that came in, and then surprise shipment of Heatwave when everything got updated, which some of them have weird updates. Like went from, it's coming in July. No, it's coming September 3rd. Even Heatwave said September 3rd and said shipped. So
yeah.
What's going on?
Same thing with my I had to cancel my Heatwave, my Skybite, and now that I see like Skybite sold out everywhere, I'm like, oh fuck.
Yep. Well, I mean, I think Wave 2 should be hitting stores anytime now, so just
I'll check my work.
Yep. Speaking of which, were you able to grab those two things?
What two things?
Hot Wheels.
Oh, I have the Prime. I just forgot to grab the Magnus.
Oh.
Don't worry. Don't worry.
But yeah, that's pretty much it for hauls. I've got to slow down too, because car payment or car parts are needed, and I need to renew my tags. So yeah,
gotta love responsibility.
Anyways, I think that's a good enough cue to get into the news. I just kind of lost my train of thought there, like mid-sentence. But yeah, so instead of going through TFW and opening a million tabs, we're going to do it through PowerPoint. So it's going to be the slideshow. So let me get this opened up. And starting off, now I know you and I already have this, but we got our first, or got some in-hand images of. Is it showing it? It's not showing that the. Oh, I thought it'd be showing the whole thing. Like it's not showing that it went to
the next page.
full screen.
Huh.
It's weird because I did start PowerPoint and.
Oh no. The extreme right.
Right here.
Up. The extreme right. The scroll bar on the right, dude.
Yeah. What about?
You're supposed to like hit the bottom part.
Bottom?
Yeah, your mouse was on it.
Well, I'm trying to get it to full screen.
Oh, it'd be that. Yeah, that. It should be that.
It's not doing anything. See if this works. Nope, that still does nothing. Okay, whatever.
Find out later.
But yeah, so Iron Fist got our first image of, or in-hand images of him. I mean, I've got him, so I mean, I could have just easily removed these. Carnivac. In-hand images of Star Optimus Prime. Now, from what I've been hearing, Agabus is going to be having these in next week, so I'm probably going to get a pre-order in through them and use Affirm for that.
I'm actually really glad that they grew into what they are now.
Oh, Agabus, or
yeah.
Well, I mean, they're running Botcon now, so.
Well, because like I first met the guys with you when we all went to Pete's RoboCon back in, was it 2017?
Well, I don't think you met Hanny there, because I don't think he was there in 2018.
Oh no, he was there. He was handing out flyers for it.
I don't.
And yeah, he just started.
Well, he was doing retail stuff, like selling online stuff for a while, even before then, because he would do stuff at TFCON and in JCC. But yeah, now he's the main showrunner for Botcon. But yeah, I can't wait to get this thing. Next thing we have, so this is actually current for Botcon 2025. This is the custom class Toaster, a Marvel comic character who never really had a toy except for a teeny tiny, was it subscription service, I believe, exclusive. And it was just Blaster in boombox mode. And I don't know why there's two variants of him, but Blackcat. I don't know if one's just the primer version and one's the final, if I had to guess.
Yeah.
Or if they're both just options of what colors you could go with. But yeah, this is the Thursday custom class option. For the next episode, I'll try to see if I can find images of the second one, but I believe it's a bombshell repaint for the custom class. So I would have loved to have this one if I was able to go to Botcon this year, but just wasn't financially or time-wise in the cards. And a couple more Botcon things. So this is an event exclusive. There might be some more after. Just depends on how many they have left. Ocular Max is their remix subline. So these are full-size cassettes that turn into roughly MP scale cassette bots. And this is Stripes to go with Twincast. So kind of like last year, they did the Night Stalker from Steeljaw or Tempo. really cool. I hope I can get one of these. RID fans, you're getting Movor. This is Ocular Max Perfection Series Astrolift. So if you want to call him Movor from RID or Shuttler from Car Robots. And this is part of their all-in-one full transformation combiner style that MMC has been known for lately. And he looks really good.
Yeah.
And we get some in-hand shots here at the convention showing him with roll bar and rotor.
Go Orange Chest Brigade.
Right. So all that's left is Armor Hide and Mega Octane. With one of the items in the leak list, we could end up seeing our own Ruination soon.
Hey.
Recently announced for TFCON Chicago, where Daran Norris is going to be one of the guests. I need to get me a Legacy knockout for him to sign.
So I came across a TikTok. I can't say recently. It's a bit ago, but it stands out in my head. Of like, can you still believe that these are the same character? And it shows It shows Cosmo, and then it immediately flips over to Dead End from Dead End. Dang it,
Knockout.
Huh? Knockout for Prime. Yeah. And he's like, can you believe these are the same voice actors? And it's like, and that's when I realized, oh snap, he did like that is the same voice actor.
Mm-hmm. And then of course Heavy Load from RID, which Heavy Load pretty much just sounds like Gordy from Nazi Classified. So
yeah. How long has he been doing voices?
Since the 90s, I think, if not longer.
Dude.
The next thing, so I think I linked this, but if not, Takara has addressed the delay with the 40th selection Lio Convoy. They did apologize. I guess there's some issue, but it is coming out in August. Still got my pre-order. Cannot wait for this. It looks so much better than the Hasbro.
I'm guessing the reason why they delayed it is because they probably found like maybe they probably found an issue that had to be fixed.
Yeah.
Like a last minute, clearance issue that we have to remold this one piece of plastic, but it'll just delay it like a little bit, you know.
Yeah. So yeah, looking forward to that. And here we go. I gave you the link for this. This is for the Generations art book for 2025. And it comes out July 19th, I believe.
Mm-hmm. And we were discussing it earlier. It is animated. Not animated. It is drawn by what was his name? Akira something.
You closed the tab, didn't you?
I did.
Ooh.
Oh no, you put in the private chat. Hold on. It is animated by Akira. Oh dear Lord. Amemiya. Amemiya. And for those who, if you like zoom in or if you look at the art itself, the reason why the art style might look a little bit familiar is because the dude has animation credits for working with Studio Trigger, who earlier did the Transformers 40th anniversary little 5-minute special. They've also did Kill a Kill, not Gurren Lagann, but it's the same animation team. But Gurren Lagann, Kill a Kill, the SSS Gridman anime, they did all of that. So their animation style will pop out to you. You'll recognize them everywhere. It looks so good.
Yeah. So yeah, looking forward to seeing that. All what's entailed with it. I wish Hasbro would do something like this, and then include all the packaging art over the past 10 years. But yeah, Yolopark. This is their AMK series, I believe, or AMK Pro. Bumblebee movie, Soundwave with Ravage, and Shockwave. So this is the only images I could find of these two, but they are coming soon. So anyone want some more Bumblebee movie, like Nightverse / Cableverse figures? There you go.
What? I had to throw my cat out. What?
This is the Yolopark, AMK, Soundwave, and Shockwave from Bumblebee.
Oh, okay. See, like I'd probably pick that's the only downside about that opening segment is that since only only a few characters out of that whole opening sequence have alt modes, so it really feels kind of weird to have transforming figures of them, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so the Yolopark models make more sense because they can be more solid and just be like decent standing representations of what they were in the movie.
Yeah. That toy guy just revealed the G1 figures, and he kind of put the feeling of them to a good point. They're kind of like building Bionicle. Like you get the skeleton, and then you put all the parts on, and then there you go.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Interesting figures. There's a lot of stuff coming out from Yolopark, so I would love to pick some more stuff up from them. Swapticons, we'll just go over these quick. Some Wave 2 stuff is starting to hit. We've got Grimlock and Snarl here. Take a look at that. It's a Tyrannosaurus Stegosaurus. It's a Stegosaurus Rex. There you go.
It looks so cute, though.
It's so dumpy.
I love it.
You know, it just doesn't make sense. Like, what's next? A Brontoceratops? Or a Tyrannotops?
Actually, no. The bad part is giving which one is it? Slag, the Triceratops, right?
Yeah.
Making him the butt for this new dumpy style, right? Making him the butt would be the perfect butt for Grimlock to make him the full T-Rex.
I guess so, or even Sludge.
Yeah, because like in this dumpy style, they can only do so much with a fat butt and a big tail like that. So it's like you can be interchangeable with like 3 different dinos.
Yeah.
I guess I got the Stegosaurus out of the way because it is the most mold heavy, I guess, because it has all the spikes. But
yeah.
But since everybody else has kind of like a smooth butt, they can kind of be like, okay, we can interchange these with like 5 other characters. The only other person would have to be Swoop, but I don't see them.
Which I mean, we could kind of get into that when we get into the listings. But yeah, the plates and the what's it called, a Thagomizer, the spikes on the end.
Yeah.
So Grimlock and Snarl to start, and then we have Ravage and Shadow Panther, which everyone likes to conflate as also being Ravage. But if I remember correctly, he's just a huge fanatic of Ravage. Like, he idolizes Ravage.
Shadow Panther?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Well, because people, like, a lot of fans say, oh, no, he is Ravage. It's like, no. He just idolizes Ravage, so it makes sense to put them together. So you get Beast Wars, Agent Ravage with Shadow Panther.
I mean, it also makes sense. I mean, like in this new dumpy style, they don't have to really like super make them. Even though a panther and a tiger kind of have different builds, right?
I mean, they're both panthers.
Oh, they're both panthers. Okay, but even then, like,
Ravage is a black jaguar, but still, I mean, it's close enough.
Okay, yeah, it's different enough. Okay, it's different enough that if they have their own molds, they'll be different, right?
Yeah, like the previous use of this mold being Cheetor and Tigatron.
Yeah,
which is just repaint.
Yeah, but thanks to this new dumpy style, all you have to really say is that they're both black cats, and done. There they go. They fit together. You know.
Yeah, so I might pick some of these up. They're like $8, I think.
Yeah, they're
just little fun fidget toys.
Yeah, I mean, that's what we kind of forget about Transformers sometimes. It's just like, I mean, it's the same thing. That's another reason why the one-step changes sell so well. Is because, yes, do we like our big puzzle boxes? Of course we do. But at the same time, it's like sometimes the simpler stuff. The reason why it's still around is because it still sells. It's nice to have just like little fidget toys and something cheaper for the kids too. Yeah. So it's nice for little Timmy to have a little $8 option to have like these cute little things like the Starscream and Slipstream here, you know?
Yeah. No, that's still not working. I thought that would work. Yeah. But yeah, so here we have Starscream and Slipstream, where Slipstream forms the front half of the plane.
Ah.
So, yeah, take that for what you will. I mean, they're neat. I mean, Starscream and like the Seekers in this. I mean, it's just a brick with wings.
I also do see this as this. I see the Swapticons forming the same kind of thing that the bot shots did, where most people will probably look for the one. Either they'll look for the set or they'll either look for the set like this 2-pack, or they'll look for the individual of their favorite Transformer, and just grab that one, just to be a small little fidget toy, right? But the whole line will get its own like little fan base within the fan base.
Oh yeah, so, it's neat. Speaking of neat, but probably way out of everyone's price range, Shield D Prime finally getting images and got the Takara Tomy Mall price for this. I'm not even going to talk about the Big Bad Toy Store price because that is astronomical.
How much is it?
At the Takara Tomy Mall, it's $269. Big Bad Toy Store, it's north of $400. Yeah, and I really wanted to get this, but we'll see if it comes to Hasbro Pulse or not. Just go from there.
I'll repeat my previous.
Yeah, and it looks so good though. And there's the Diaclone drivers, the little drone thing that looks like the cockpit of the trailer drone.
Oh, I forgot about that.
It's primarily Diaclone and Zoids more than it is Transformers.
It's pulling triple duty. It's supposed to be Transformers, Diaclone, and Zoids. Like, oh no.
And it's got light up features, so there's part of the budget.
Oh, it's got everything.
Yeah, I mean it looks incredible, and I really want to add this to my collection, but we'll see. We'll see what the future holds. But getting into some Studio Series stuff, there we go. Starting to get into the real bread and butter of today's news. First character, she's already up for pre-order. I'm sure everyone's got her pre-ordered already. I mean, since pre-orders went up in what, September?
Yeah, which you know, still props for Hasbro for giving the a few content creators the chance to reveal these rather than do them themselves. That was still kind of cool.
What do you mean?
Like it was Bumblebee.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like MGO revealed one.
Yeah, MGO and Thew.
Yeah, which I thought that was like a really cool thing to do, is like have part of the community reveal these in their own videos rather than them just trying to do another stream.
Yeah, and I'm glad it was those two and not a let's see how cool it actually is. If you know what I'm talking about.
Nah.
He self-sponsored himself by Coca-Cola on a few of his videos back in the day.
Him! You know that whole skit is the whole reason why I stopped following him?
Really? That was like in 2010.
Yeah. I used to watch him a lot. Like he was part of the OG like some of the big OG Transformer reviews from back in the time.
It was him, Pia, Sean Long, MGO, Biker Trash Wolf.
Yep. I watched so there was two incidences that there was two instances that made me really unsubscribe and not watch either both Piaz or Ultimate Boss. The other ones.
Wow, why to put his name on blast when I try to be subtle about it? Jeez.
Yeah, I didn't say the full name. The one that begins with a P. The one that begins with a P. The reason why I stopped watching him was because he did the most stupidest thing, where he was transforming a figure and goes, "I don't know where this flap goes or where this goes."
Well, he's not the one I was talking about. I was talking about the other one.
Oh no, but he said hold on, let me finish. And he's like, he doesn't know where this flap goes or where this flap goes, so he doesn't know what to do with them. And then he clearly states, "I don't read the instructions," and then the instructions at that time clearly stated what to do with those flaps. And I'm sitting there like, suck up the ego and read the instructions when you need help. And then he kept doing it for like the next 5 reviews, and I was like, no, I can't deal with this. I mentally can't deal with this. And the other dude, I can definitely tell when he was doing the coke thing, that was just an ego trip with him. And the way he was acting towards a bunch of things, I was like, oh no. I was like, no, I unsubscribed to him. As even before the whole Coca-Cola thing ended, I was like, nah, this is, I can't feel this. I can't justify this.
Did we talk about Clench and Nemesis Prime in the last episode?
Pretty
sure we did. For Swapticons?
I think.
Yeah, because Daniel said we didn't. I'm pretty sure we covered that last episode.
Oh shit.
Anyways, current slide on at hand. Yeah, the little one looks good. I don't remember seeing her with the jetpack when they initially showed her off, so that must have been a late edition, and then it's attached via a screw, so hopefully you can be able to take that off, and maybe it's got a 5mm peg that can fit onto the other 4 main characters. If not, I guess it suits her because she is the management of the mining crew.
And not just that, when you think about it this way too, she is the smallest of them, so her parts budget allows her to have the jetpack.
Yeah, and of course the rifle.
Yeah, I mean, what was it? Someone else had a rifle too.
I think B.
Yeah.
B-127 or Badastatron had
it. Yeah. He had a rifle too, but so the rifle. So they have the molds for the rifle. It's just that this is another instance of, since they announced this like last year, and so much time has passed, they were actually able to rework. Either the budget might have got increased, or they were able to find the budget to include the jetpack. Which, hey, I'll take it. You know.
Either that, or it just got it was just the unfinished figure at the time.
Hey, Justin, how are we doing today?
Hey, there he is. Just let us know. Just let us know if your internet's working, and we can get you in here.
Yeah.
Next one we have is Mixmaster, and I cannot wait for this figure. I need the rest of these Constructicons yesterday.
Kind of speaking of Constructicons.
And unlike the in-hand leaked pictures we saw, he does have his correct rifle, so he does come with that.
I really dig that they gave you can like just looking at the upper arms, right? And seeing how they gave him a bicep swivel, which means not only is that plastic more sturdier, it's probably more solid too.
Oh yeah.
Again, they're just taking I know a lot of people don't like that they're just rehashing the Combiner Wars, but at the same exact time is like the Combiner Wars got it really close to the G1 model. So if you want a G1 Devastator, that'd be the best way to go, is just take the Combiner Wars and just make it more solid.
Yeah. I mean, and then, in the case of Long Haul and Mixmaster, which are two of the figures who suffered the most, they're completely new engineering. Like, there's no shared engineering between them, the Combiner Wars versions, which greatly improves them. So.
Oh yeah, I finally sat down and watched an actual transformation video of those things, not just people going, "Here's the robot mode," and then it skips frame and goes, "Here's the vehicle mode." They skip the transformations. You're like one of the first videos on the YouTube. Show the transformation video, you dingleberry.
Yeah, I mean, shameless plug. I mean, of course, we're on my channel. I do transformations forward and back from the mode that they're packaged in. So
yeah, And it's like that's like I don't mind if you're one of the first ones. If you're one of the first people to have this figure, show everything. Show it from every angle. Show the angles of things that people don't like to show up on the promotional videos, because like there might be a hidden peg or a hidden clip area that might be leading to another combination or something. Show everything.
Yeah. Cement truck mode. I mean, that's pretty much perfect.
Yeah.
We kind of talked about this last time too. So.
Yeah, and he looks good, and I honestly can't wait to I can't wait to get to complete my Devi. A Devastator that that can actually hold together. Let's say I have a G2 Devastator. I had the Combiner Wars Devastator. It'd be nice to have a Devastator that's from Hasbro that won't fall apart by me like looking at it from a certain angle. You know?
Yeah.
I have to say from a certain Hasbro, else I'm gonna have the third party people up my butt.
Now, another one that kind of suffers much like Bone Crusher. We got Scavenger.
Yeah.
And the big purple diaper. That's honestly what it looks like.
It is. And you can, and I think it was you or somebody else pointed out to me that this is a heavy remold of the Studio Series Constructicon.
Oh, the live action one?
Yeah.
Oh, was it scrap metal?
I think so. And
I don't think it's a remold. I think it just shares some engineering.
Yeah, because it looks like the arms do the exact same, like swivel down and then fold back. And the same.
I mean, that's the same transformation that the Combiner Wars one had too.
I mean, yeah, it could just be a shared engineering thing, like you said.
Yeah.
Who was that? So you said,
yeah, I mean, he looks good for the most part. I mean, I don't know why he's got painted green hands, but I'm sure, again, much like one of our next or upcoming items, DNA might be able to fix that.
Yeah, we kind of nailed it on the head. Yeah, that was scrap metal.
Excavator mode. I mean, it's about what you expect. I mean, green excavator with purple treads. No rotation on the turntable. Sadness. If I want my construction toys to function like construction vehicles. But still, I mean, it still scoops. So
yeah, scoop.
I
mean, he's no talking truck, but he can do the job.
One thing I cannot wait for, even though it does have some limitations to its design, Transformers 1 Starscream, who has no wrist swivel, no ankle tilt, no waist swivel. Yeah.
Okay.
He might be a small deluxe.
So, judging by how it looks like it transforms, I can understand why he might not have a waist swivel. Because also if he's on the smaller side and it does do kind of like a fold out and then fold in half type of situation, his joints might be a little bit too small to justify a waist swivel without it breaking, if you know what I mean. So I can justify the waist swivel. I can justify that. But the no and again his arms are also looking small too. So, but the no tilts, that's
it's hard to tell. He might have ankle tilt looking right here. It's just hard to tell from these official photos.
Yeah.
And then, of course, people complaining, "Oh, why is he tan?" That's how he looked in the movie.
Yeah, it's like people forgot like when you go back and watch Transformers 1, like there was rarely a person who was pure white. They were all like they were like either off white or a dingy shade of white. It was nothing in that movie was clean. Everybody was dirty. Even Jazz, even after he got his cog, was still dirtied up.
Yeah. So, yeah. Looking forward to Starscream. Of course, we'll get our other Seekers, which will be slight retools, even between the main three. Like, Thundercracker had a visor and almost video game style null rays. Skywarp had a mouth plate and a visor. So,
yeah.
I mean, it's odd seeing that the main trio of Seekers share different molding.
And didn't we? I can't remember who I was talking about it with. It's like we have 9 different versions of Seekers that have been published. Like we actually got like character cards for 9 different Seekers from this movie. So,
oh yeah,
yeah. And they're all slightly different. Like one has a different set of end wings, another one has, like you said, has a different head, different null rays, which thankfully enough is just enough to swap out, but keep the rest of the body the same.
Mm-hmm.
So we can have technically identifiable different Seeker molds without them just being straight up repaints. They're different just enough for us to go, okay, that's a Skywarp.
After 40 years.
Yeah, it's like what happened with the Ninja Turtles, where it took us till what was it?
2012 Nickelodeon series, pretty much.
Yeah, it took it to the 2012 when they finally started giving them like different physical attributes that we're finally like, okay, we can actually do this now.
Yeah. So here's the big one that a lot of people are excited for. Age of Extinction concept character, which at the time was named Widowmaker, which Hasbro probably can't use because of Overwatch. So she's probably going to just be referred to as KSI Widow. Much like the KSI Sentry, KSI Boss.
Yeah.
So
I mean, and also not to mention, KSI Widow kind of makes a little bit more sense to those who are not, who are less familiar with the back end of things, like the concept arts and all that.
Mm-hmm.
So naming
I forgot to include that.
Huh?
I forgot to include the concept art.
Yeah, but what I'm talking about, like for the people who like, perfect example would be my mod Arc, right? He's just now getting into Transformers, so naming this KSI automatically ties it to the company, and then when you label it concept art, oh, okay, they can, people who don't have to do that much digging go, okay, at one point she was planned to be in the movie, but probably was cut for whatever reason. So
yeah,
so I can understand why, just from a general standpoint, why they named her KSI Widow. Yeah, and of course, to avoid Overwatch, beaming down on him like.
How would be hilarious and kind of a deep cut is naming her Crystal Widow, based on the character from Universe.
Ah,
because she has a similar color scheme. But originally she was supposed to be a Pagani. Now she is a orange McLaren with some transformation elements from the Prime RID Deluxe Viacon. So, yeah, I
kind of dig it.
I'm on the fence on if I'm picking her up or not, but she does look cool for a Bayverse character.
Yeah,
like an incredibly clean robot mode. Like, no angle tilt, no wrist swivel, and by the looks of it, no waist swivel on her either.
Okay, but, like I can justify the Starscream, right? This one's kind of like, you could easily fit a waist swivel in this one.
Well, but, right here is the hinge, like right at her pelvis. That is the transformation hinge for her hips.
New designer, what you doing, dude?
Go home, Hasbro, you're drunk.
Exactly. Because I heard that the design crew changed up. That's why all of a sudden we're getting these less complicated studio series.
Until we get to the next item.
Well, I mean, like I say next series because like out of nowhere we went from actual movieverse to 86 movie. And we skipped it, and now that we're going back to Bayverse, it seems like we took a step back, and that's when I found out that the whole design team was shifted around. Like they either got, from what I heard, half the design team was part of the layoffs.
I mean, Evan's still part of it because I believe from the fan stream they said that he's going to be doing a stream this coming week to talk about studio series. So,
okay.
So, I don't think they got rid of Evan because he's one of the main lead designers.
Oh, no. I know they didn't get rid of him, but like some of the sub teams,
Yeah.
Okay,
but, getting on, we got 86 Megatron, and I'm still floored about how amazing this looks.
what was like? It's like he has officially been revealed. We can actually talk about it now.
Yep.
we can actually officially talk about it without the glares of Hasbro. Like, don't you dare don't even like show this yet.
All thanks to Takara revealing it first.
Yep, they released the floodgates, and then Hasbro just went crap, because that means every single leaker
hasn't even announced it yet.
Yeah, and it's like they haven't announced it yet, and then every single leaker was like, "Yes, we can finally talk about it." They officially look. They officially gave the look. Yes. Yeah, he looks really good, but at the same time, I will repeat what I said earlier. They set a bar with 86 Prime. You better believe they had to meet that with Megatron.
Mm-hmm.
So
just in the tank mode. Yeah, that's what they got to do now because of gun or toy safety laws and U.S. laws.
We don't want kids running around with a Walter P-38 and to rob guns to rob gas stations. That's actually
literally what happens.
Yeah, no, that's actually what legit happened. So there was multiple cases of people robbing gas stations and even a bank with a fucking Megatron toy. So
well, and a child lost his life because he was outside playing with it, I think, and then an officer shot him. I can't remember the full story.
Oh yeah, then you better believe toy like we talked about that earlier too. It's like America is a very reactionary country. So if something like that happens, you better believe laws will be passed with a quickness to make sure that doesn't happen again. So yeah, it's like please just go to third party if you want to gun Megatron, but if you want an official one, you're not going to get one anytime soon. That's why they had to make him a Nerf gun in 06. And you can talk to the designers back then. Even then, they had to make it like as cartoonishly a gun possible to make sure that it even came out. And
I mean that makes sense. I mean, he is a Nerf gun, Nerf Maverick. Give him the Nerf colors with the orange tip.
Yeah, but even then, like I said, even then they had to fight the regulations to even get that released. That's why it barely got any kind of re-release in the States. You had to import it.
So I know a big point of contention with a lot of people with this with these images are the shade of blue on the lower legs. Now, these are stolen from the factory copies. This could be an unfinished sample because when we get to the official images, it is kind of a darker... It's more like a silvery gray. Not quite gunmetal, but not flat gray either. It's like a cool gray finish. So, I just know the one thing that irritates me, and I've talked about this to no end with Animated Motormaster, look at the shade of plastic of his fusion cannon. That is not black. That is ugly olive green brown.
Yeah, that's why like for me when I see these pictures, I just want to see his build. I'm not really looking for colors because ultimately colors can be corrected over time. They can change the dyes. They can change paint. If it's painted, they can change the paint, right? Yes, I'm looking more to see how he looks and like how he's built and
the features and whatnot.
Yeah, it's again. I repeat myself. 86 Prime set a bar, and it looks like this Megatron has met that bar, and that I mean that as a very good thing. A very good thing.
I mean, and look how well he cleans up too. Like you wouldn't even be able to tell he turned into a tank. Like the tread details on the back. I mean, it looks like the grip of the gun.
Yeah.
Like right here, just that little bit of the bogies is all you see of the tank mode, really.
Yeah. I mean, I kind of like that visual. I kind of like that visual trick of the eye, where it does look the tank treads in the back of the legs do kind of look like the fake grip. Mm-hmm. So they're trying to do as much as the wink wink nudge nudge. Do you get me? They're trying to do that as much as possible. While he doesn't transform into a gun.
What's really cool in this image is it's kind of like that scene out of TF1 where he's charging with both blasters firing.
Yeah.
I tried finding an image of that, but I can't find one that's not like blurred to hell with the the color of the blast and the motion. It is there as a reference. Here he is with different scaling. So Studio Series Galvatron, he's just a hair taller, but if you get the Tri-Studio feet upgrade or even the DNA upgrade, it'll make Galvatron a little bit taller. So there you go. And
Justin, I did some digging for you really quickly. All right. So 86 Prime is still pre-orderable on Big Bad Toy Store. So if you can wait, you can get it for retail price on Big Bad Toy Store. But if you can't wait, yeah, it's going to be like $40 additional on eBay.
Or I hate to suggest this when the official is readily available. There is a KO. Yeah, the Iron General or whatever.
Yeah.
We talked about it a couple months ago.
Yeah. I mean, so I can't complain because I have a couple of KO masterpieces. I have a couple of KO masterpieces. I will not sell them because I don't like trying to pass off of like, yeah, this is so totally a real one, and do the whole shifty eye thing. No, like sometimes the KOs they're basically a carbon copy of the OG toy, same classic quality, same.
I know. I don't like recommending it when the official is available to get.
Hey, that's what I do for some of my masterpieces. I'm just saying because some of those masterpieces looks at the $300 Beast Wars Megatron.
Yeah, but there he is with Megatronus. So everyone who was doubting, saying, "Oh, you're just going to be a retail Megatronus." Say again.
Oh.
If this does get retooled into anything, it'll be IDW Megatron, like more than meets the eye Autobot Megatron.
Yeah.
That's a big if, though. But again, people say, "Oh, I don't trust Hasbro because Hasbro have Omega Prime."
Lower left picture is that the masterpiece?
Yes, that is MP36.
Kind of speaking of which, I might have one on the way.
Nice.
I got so I partnered up with one of my friends, and over the course of a year, I've been slowly paying her.
Such a good figure.
I have him. Finally, I'm getting an Optimus Prime masterpiece. Holy hell!
MP44 or MP10?
MPM.
Oh.
Yeah. So like I'm very picky on the G1 masterpieces, right? First off, yeah, if I do pick up an Optimus Prime masterpiece, it's gonna be MB10. I used to have one back in the day, and I love that mold. I can see why it got reprinted multiple times.
Hell, you could probably get a cheap one from third party, Transform Element or Magic Square. They're pretty affordable.
Yeah, and what was it?
Magic Square Light of Peace is like $150, I think.
Yeah, but what is it? That's not just
MP price.
But wait, that's not all. In that lot, it's not just. There's a reason why it took me a year to pay for this. All right, it was Masterpiece Megatron, Movie Masterpiece Optimus, because he's the last Autobot that I need. I have everybody else. Yeah, as much as your boy rags on masterpieces, I do have some. I only have Barricade, Starscream, and Bone Crusher for the Decepticons for the movies. Getting Blackout, Brawl, and Megs is going to be like I missed my chance of getting a stupidly cheap Megatron when they were clearancing out on Big Bad Toy Store. Now they're still like 130. But yeah, it's like hold on, it's Masterpiece Megatron, Movie Masterpiece Optimus, Masterpiece Prowl, and Masterpiece Sideswipe.
Yeah, but and get back on topic because we still got a lot of sleds to get through.
That's all right. I'm sorry. No, you just reminded me I needed to reach out to her to give her my address so she can ship them out because I just got them. I just gave her like the last $10 that she needed.
But here he is with, speaking of which, 86 Optimus. So I can see he is just a hair bigger and that's how he should be, just a tiny bit taller. Like not enough to be drastic, but just like a hair. So it's perfect. It comes with the little energy blade that he used in that one scene in the 86 movie, which leads to one of our listing items that we'll go over. Some turnaround images from another person. Such heroic nonsense.
Yes. And bit of sadistic side coming out of me. This is like, I want to do this. Like, I've been wanting to do this ever since I was a kid. I want to recreate scenes of the movie, and now that I actually have that Trauma 2-pack. I have the Prowl and the Ironhide. I will recreate the scene. I will buy a backdrop like that just so I can have that scene permanently on display, because like, it's the definition of like, it's Transformers. It's just for little kids. As they watch the leader of the bad guys literally blast a dude to death. Like, yeah, it's meant for kids.
Yeah. Yeah, there is more comparisons. Oh, I cannot wait for this.
Okay.
Getting into tank mode.
Ugh.
What?
Oh, yeah, he has wheels.
Yeah, so he's got the one like roller wheel at the front, and then two little caster wheels on the rear treads. So you can see how the legs. So this will fold up. So each side is a full leg. It's not like Siege where front half is the backpack, the rear half is the legs. Like the whole side of the tank, or the whole tread section is the leg.
I'm trying to remember the figure. I think his name is Hailstorm. Hold on.
Oh yeah, the little scout class missile tank.
Yeah, from the Revenge of the Fallen days.
Yeah, Revenge of the Fallen. Then it was there was a blue one that for Hunt for the Decepticons. It was an Autobot.
Yeah, Hailstorm. That's his name, Hailstorm. Yeah, that's exactly the same trick he did. Both of his arms compressed. Both his arms were compressed treads, but when you transform, you had to butterfly out his arm, and his arm became the whole side of the tank as the tread.
Yeah,
it still reminded me of that.
Tank mode's not bad. It's grown on me a lot more over the past couple weeks. So, and then here's some official images, so you can see like the color of the shins is a lot more what you expect, but at the same time, these are also studio lighting conditions, so it's all up to in hand. But I think I do have an image of him in hand, like in package. So
yeah.
Yeah, and look at the tank mode, little tiny version of himself in gun mode. So, really well designed. You can see laser beak can loosely attach. I think he just set them on there.
On the what they probably did is they probably included like little grooves.
I don't know. No, it doesn't look like they did.
No.
So it's just probably just barely hanging on.
Yeah.
Got Starscream kicking him while he's down from the movie. How do you feel, Mighty Megatron?
The comparison of like, this is the 2014
yeah, Combiner Wars. That was the best that we had at the time.
Oh my god, that
and then his shoulders might be way down here.
Oh my god, that mold aged like cheese, man.
No, it aged like milk.
No. Yeah, it. Well, okay. No, I say cheese because like at least aged milk can be eventually made into cheese, right? But like, no, like that like yeah, it aged badly. It's just, it went from a solid it's a solid 6 out of 10 to a solid out of 10. Don't get it unless you can get it like a flea market for like $5.
Yeah, glad you didn't catch the next slide.
Oh, the boxes?
No.
What's the next slide?
Did you miss it again?
Yeah. What is it? Why you keep you keep teasing me with it? Just show it to me already. What the?
So the first picture was the first picture was the Flanders in the ski suit.
Yeah.
Nothing at all.
I have processing problems. So if you show something really quick, I won't catch it.
Here he is in package. So yeah, it looks like he's going to have the more like silvery gunmetal legs. It's still hard to tell in the lighting.
Yeah.
54 steps. Good lord.
Oh yeah, that's what we've got to mention, is that the production samples could also be failed production samples too.
Yeah, I mean, well, usually they are. They're usually rejected samples.
Yeah, so
they're not supposed to leave the factory unless they're destroyed, but they make their way out, and that's how PvP and Icon of Icon get their hands on them.
Yeah, so that one probably was rejected because the color mixture for the legs was wrong.
Could be, or it could have been the base coat and never got the final coat of the silver.
Okay, so do we have transformation videos for these for Megatron?
Yes, I don't know if it's still available. I know one person took theirs down.
Gee, I wonder why.
But I think PvP is putting up his video either Monday or Tuesday. So that'll be right around the time I think that those go up for pre-order. Missing link. Here's our 2-pack of cartoon-style Bumblebee and Cliffjumper. And, of course, comparisons with the toy deco, which I forgot to fix.
I still dig these as a concept, right? As missing link, but I think these guys are perfect examples of I would be too afraid to mess with them because I'm afraid. Huh?
I said, oh yeah, especially with some of the instances of Bumblebee snapping at the joint.
Yeah, because when I went to a Yu-Gi-Oh regional, the comic book shop had these guys out on display, and yeah, these guys are small, and that means these thin limbs are even thinner in person. So I'm like, yeah, cool. I'll transform it once and put him on the shelf and never transform it again.
I mean, that's pretty much how my Bumblebee is. I did the review, and then he's still in the shelf on Robot Mode.
Yeah, that. This still raises the question of Ultra Magnus.
I think it's just going to be the Missing Link Prime with a new trailer. They're going to have to completely redesign the trailer.
Yeah, they're going to have to modern toy design that whole armor set and make it break apart. They cannot keep the OG of just setting the Prime in the back.
But here's a turnaround of the back. So they changed the sticker to look like the rear panel, and of course just blank on Cliffjumper.
Yeah, I mean they look good.
They do.
I will not knock that, especially their vehicle modes. Thanks to the way they redone the plastic and the coloring, they look even more like their cartoon versions of themselves.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, definitely gotta give them some hard props of these of thanks to Missing Link letting them go back and basically redo it into what we thought. At least people who grew up in the G1 era, G2 era. This is what we thought our toys were looking like, but in real life they didn't. Yeah.
Next, we've got Dramatic Capture. This is the, I'm just going to call it the Let's See What You Can See pack of Reflector and Thundercracker from one scene out of More Than Meets the Eye Part 1.
Now, this is the kind of stuff I wanted out of the Dramatic Capture stuff. At first, I was kind of rolling my eyes a little bit, thinking Dramatic Capture was nothing but an excuse to release generic 3-packs in a better paint scheme, right? That's why I just kind of rolled my eyes and I kind of lost interest in them. But give me obscure scenes like this, right? This is the kind of stuff I will eat up.
They look so much better than the standard Siege release.
Yeah,
I should have gotten a picture of the Siege ones to compare at least the Reflector side by side.
Oh, Daniel's been talking. We've been did you know the critique of negative complaints from people say that 86 Megatron? Oh, Arc, yeah, his G2 Grimlock just came in.
Nice.
The critique and negative complaints from people say that 86 Megatron Take Mode is even worse than Siege and Earthrise moles. We've got what?
People just like to complain. You can never please anyone in the Transformers fandom anymore.
No. We want the gun modes. Oh, here's the gun mode, but it's not the right gun mode.
Yeah. I mean, I really don't want to talk about it because it's just...
Yeah. like Dalton Allen, how do you feel about the overall reaction to 86 Megatron was leaked and being negative and complaining that
I
this
think
is
we can comment again.
no, we're not. I think we already touched on that already. It's basically toy laws. People have to suck it up. That we're not going to get a gun mode ever again.
Unless it's third party or masterpiece, and you're gonna have to import the masterpiece.
Yeah, I mean that's the best way to do it. Is that if they want a gun mode, there's probably better alternatives with third party. That's why third party's there. Is that if you want a different version of a character that cannot be done because of current toy laws and all that and toy regulations, you gotta outsource it. You'll just never get an official gun mode ever again. And the tech mode is just like all right. It's like nothing we've seen that much different from like, dude. I'm watching like okay, the transformation video is still up by Stupid Motion YT, and like the way the legs compress is really cool.
Yeah, I didn't watch it because I want to save that for myself. Like, yeah.
So I won't link it, but yeah, the way the legs you were talking about on how they form the sides is like, I'm not. That's the best I'm going to describe it for you. So you can still have that. Ooh.
Oh, I did see that that image of all the panels exploded. Like, it's going to be an insane transformation.
Yeah. That's one thing. That's one thing I always love about what a transformer can do is that if you have a bunch of panels that explode from car mode and reform into something completely different, like oh god, there was Generations War for Cybertron Optimus from 2010. Perfect example of that. He's does nothing but panels that explode. He reshapes and the panels reform back on him, and it's just such a cool demonstration of stuff like that.
Or another example being, was it Bad Cube War Dog? This is like a third-party version of Warpath. Like, he literally exploded from tank mode to go back to robot mode. And even like, I think it was also Bad Cube, their Sunstreaker was very similar in that way. But getting back on, here's the camera mode. So it uses the parts from the Comic-Con toy color set to give you the show accurate camera mode.
Yeah.
And it comes with music.
See, that's another reason why I was already loving and see, so you can already tell it's not just the gizmic, they repainted all the stuff from that special SDC release.
Yeah, to make it fit with the cartoon.
Yes. And again, this is the kind of stuff that I wanted out of Dramatic Capture is give me the weird goofy stuff.
And Thundercracker, that shade of blue looks so much better.
Yeah, and the decoration on the wings are able to be there.
Tail fins, yeah.
Yeah, so like this feels more complete to me because like the what was it, the 3-pack with Megatron with the throne, Shockwave, and I think Starscream it was.
It was Soundwave, Shockwave, and Megatron. Starscream came in the most recent 3-pack.
Oh yeah, and Soundwave. It's like I didn't like. It felt weird to have that version of Shockwave without his armor bits. Because like I've messed with that mold 2 or 3 times and already, and it still does not feel right if without having the armor bits because he has all the pegs for them. He just doesn't have them. It's like he kind of missed.
Yeah, our reflector is 3 little bots that combine into one camera.
Yep.
So they're a TFCON. You've never heard of a duocon before, but you are now hearing about a TFCON.
Yeah. But in the G1 cartoon, Reflector was able to replicate himself. He was able to make what they call hard light copies, which light is a theory. It's actually been somewhat proven, but it's a semi-solid copy where they can still fight and everything, but if they take too much damage, they kind of dissipate.
You know what that kind of reminds me of?
What?
Have you ever watched Invincible?
Nope.
Oh. Well, there's a character in there named Duplicate that can literally clone herself exponentially.
Oh. The best way you played Halo.
Yeah.
A lot of the constructs and a lot of the light, like whenever you see like a shield or a bridge, that's all hard light.
Yeah,
that's a perfect example of that.
We also got MPG Roadhauler. We kind of looked at this during the there was a Japanese toy show a couple months ago that we kind of looked at him.
Yeah.
But Yeah, he's up for pre-order now. It was like 219, which I don't think is too bad for him.
Nah, it's the new price of a bunch of these. How should I put it? It's the new masterpiece standard. Essentially, we've gone back up in price. We're late 2000s, early 2010s again. when it comes to pricing, we're bound to see another like a rapid fire succession of more affordable bots. But I think they're kind of like, I think they like this trend they're going with the current bots.
Yeah. You get what I'm talking about, Arc. Duplicate and multi-fall.
Yeah.
This is the SDCC exclusive Void Rivals, Jetfire, Derek, and Sololia. The two minifigures are 3 3/4 inch scale, and they're O-ring style. So they have the little rubber band for the waist joint.
Oh, like the OG GI Joes.
Yep. Jetfire is just the base body with the 2 blasters and blast effects. He does not come with all the extra armament. So this is the closest you'll get to having a cartoon G1 style Jetfire.
I mean, it's
at least
fine.
For now.
Yeah, I mean, it's fine because like they had to give up something to include the figures.
Yeah, and I'm still certain it's going to be like $100.
Yeah. Oh, did you know you could fit a Did you know you could fit a Titan Master in his backpack?
You fit 3 Titan Masters in him. You can fit 1 in his cockpit and 2 in his backpack.
Yeah. Like I was goofing off with him some time ago when I was talking to a friend about him, and when I looked in the back, I was like, wait a minute. There's a couple of spaces in his backpack that look obviously spacious enough for. Don't tell me now. Go grab one of the headmasters you just sent me, and I threw it into the backpack. I'm like, no. And the thing is too is that they can stay in there.
Yep.
They can. I love when you.
Well, speaking of that, I think I had Brawn and Horrible or Terrible in Jetfire before I sold them to you. So, but yeah, it's tempting, but I kind of want to see if Takara does a dramatic capture version of him too.
Ooh, make him like a more brighter white.
Mm-hmm. And just include him and maybe Skywarp. I don't know. They can't do Starscream because I already did Starscream.
That'd be kind of like you gotta remember how big that dude is. That's a pricey dude.
It'll probably just be him by himself.
Yeah.
So this is part of the Target More Than Meets the Eye collection. It is, of course, Gamer Edition Optimus. It does have some battle damage, even though you can't see it in these pictures. I do have the turnaround in the next slide, but they did swap out the silvery gunmetal on his chest for an actual black with the red Cyberglow line through it.
Because that's actually more game accurate.
Yep. And the axe looks to be more fully painted compared to the barely painted axe that we got the first time around.
Yeah.
So here is there you go.
The turnaround.
You can see the damage there on the chest.
Yeah. The bad part is I might actually pick this one up and sell my other one.
Yeah, I mean, or I could customize the other one with Nemesis or do even more battle damage to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Trek mode looks relatively unchanged except for the addition of the black.
Yeah. They basically just gave. All they really did is it looks like they gave him just a more video game accurate. Like this dude, his paint job looks so much better.
Yeah, and floating around, I don't know if it's true or not, but they might have gotten rid of those weird knee restrictive tabs.
Yo, run that fix. Love it. I haven't got him yet because there's the original CAD, right? He looks so like.
No, this is the new CAD for the CI version. Yep.
Oh. He still.
You can see on the back here, those tabs are not there.
Oh, okay. See, I like it when they're able to re-release a figure like this and it has fixes.
Mm-hmm.
And I still have yet to get this figure. I need it. I do need to check one down. I hope they're not too pricey.
I think they're standard price.
Okay.
I pre-ordered them on Pulse. I don't know why these are. Oh, this is probably from a slide that I meant to delete, but just didn't.
Yeah.
Oh, don't tell me I got rid of that slide. Because I had a slide for. It looks like it's gone. Damn. Well, oh well. We did get images of Sideswipe and Wheeljack. I had slides comparing like the actual final release versus what we got here. Damn. Very disappointed in the Sideswipe and Wheeljack. Like, great, they're coming with cell shading, but if you know about the Devastation game, you'd know that their vehicle modes are based straight off of previous existing toys. In the case of Sideswipe, Universe 2.0. In the case of Wheeljack, he's based on Generations 2010. They tried emulating that just by doing paint apps. So in the case of Sideswipe, they just did a little extra bit of silver for the headlights to make it look like the classic mold. With Wheeljack, they added this. You can probably see it here on the lower leg, just this detail to look like the 2010 grill.
To be fair, to be fair on the Devastation molds, right? If the more the MTMTE collection is just basically just glorified repaints with some minor improvements, in case like the mold was broken. First and foremost, that Sideswipe mold is fine. It is I can't do anything better to improve that mold right now, you know. And that same thing with that Wheeljack, where if I need to improve it, I'd probably overhaul it a good bit, but not within the budget that more than MTMTE is probably giving them. So those are some solid choices to put them in the Studio Series line. Which sadly enough, Devastation is going to be kind of short.
Yeah.
Because on the Autobot side, you only had Bumblebee, Optimus, Wheeljack, Sideswipe, and Grimlock. You only had 5 characters.
Mm-hmm.
Even on the Decepticon side too, because you had Megatron, Starscream, Soundwave, Thundercracker, Skywarp. I'm not including the drones, right? Did I say Soundwave already?
I think so.
Yeah, Shockwave, Devastator, Menacor, and I think that's it. Oh, and then the Insecticons. You have Kickback, Bombshell, and Shrapnel.
But it is definitely hot.
Next Target exclusive is this Versus 4-pack, which, unlike the last few, is 2v2.
Hey.
Because usually they're one Autobot and multiple Decepticons, or just random factions.
See, I kind of like the 2v2 a little bit better, especially because it's one Voyager
and 3 Deluxes.
I kind of like this from a kid standpoint because he gives you 2 good guys and 2 bad guys, you know.
Yeah.
Technically it was a car, truck,
a car, truck, fire truck, and a monster bull.
It's enough to shake up everything up too. Yeah, I love the Nemesis Prime. God bless. I'm gonna have to pick this up.
Really, really, really beautiful artwork here too for the packaging. But show off. There we go. All the vehicle modes. And yeah, there's the Takara Black Convoy, which was still branded an Autobot. I do like that they added more teal.
Yeah.
I am going to paint this black like I did on Menasor, or on Motormaster and Optimus.
Zool!
Well, this case, it's Vin's, because he's got the longer horns. Vin's Clortho.
Okay.
But yeah, disappointed in Bumper. I wish they could have retooled at least the front end of the car, because he's supposed to be a Mazda, and this is it's a Beetle Porsche. Because it's neither and both at the same time, and Schrodinger's Beetle. And then Ultra Magnus being based on the White Prime of the G1. I just wish he had some of the the toy sticker details, but I'm sure Toy Hacks will get that taken care of.
Yeah.
And I honestly cannot wait to see what DNA does for the trailer for this. Like, I hope it's like a hybrid of the Prime and Motormaster. Or if it's something completely even different from that.
Yeah, just remember, if it's always missing toy sticker details, Toy Hacks will always get your back.
Mm-hmm. Well, then DNA has been doing really good lately, too.
Save 5% off with code Vangelist on toyhacks.com.
Okay.
I joke, but that's a legit code.
With Horrible here, he is a heavy retool of Skullcruncher, which everyone was saying from the get-go that would be the mold they used, and yeah, it made the most sense. You can see here he does have the same sidearm blaster that Skullcruncher had.
I do dig that for these two. Have you been noticing for the past couple 2-packs they've been slowly trickling out these very obscure headmasters.
Well, I mean, they started off with Fangry way back in in the first 4-pack, I think.
You see what I'm saying though?
Yeah. So let's hope to do the Autobot headmasters next.
Yeah, but at the same time, I can't complain about it because it's a good way to get the odd ones out, and at the same time, it's a good way to mix up the batches because at this point, Titan. Oh God, how long ago was Titan Masters?
That's 8 years ago.
Yeah.
2016, 2017, somewhere in that range. But or in this case, characters getting their first official toy ever in the case of Bumper, because he was just a miss package, I believe, of the sedan mold. It was just thrown onto a Cliffjumper card. It was like there was a small batch of them.
We're off by a year. Titan Masters are 2016. They're 9 years now.
So yeah,
it's like Titan Masters are now old enough that the people who grew up with them were, they're like, if they were the target age of 10, they're now out of high school, or they're now in their 20s.
Yeah.
But yeah,
don't remind me either.
Mask.
Yeah, I love the battle mask. I love the blue face underneath.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely picking this 4-pack up. This is a buy. This is a buy already.
And of course, Horrible has the Spudstrint.
The what?
Spudstrint. SPDSTRINT.
Oh, his stats.
Yeah, Spudstrint. Speed, strength, intelligence. Or, if you go by the what was the Japanese name for him again?
Stats? I don't know.
Oh, no. For Horrible. I can't remember the Japanese name for him. It was like Bullhorn or something like that. It was a Wilder, Bullhorn, and Duros. Or Cancer. Cancer was Squeeze Play's name. But here's the turnaround of the 4-pack. You can see, Bumper is just a straight-up repaint with a new head.
Okay.
So there's a full turnaround of Horrible. Yeah. Horrible, I think, is Horrible and Nemesis are the two standouts of the set. But then, of course, G1 Magnus. I did not know he had different colored legs in bull mode. No, Horrible.
Oh.
Like one leg was brown, one leg was gray, and the other was blue. Could be a CAD problem, but look how good that Nemesis. Yeah.
Maybe.
Hopefully, we get Toxitron and Shattered Glass out of this mold.
I really do need to track down that animated Optimus.
It is such a good figure.
I've been hearing nothing but good things about it, and I feel so bad. It's always with my luck, right? It's always with my luck that the figures I end up having to cancel because I get I get stuck financially, right? Ends up being the rarest ones out of the wave. It's always my luck.
I mean, that's how it was with this G1 Prime mold. I don't have it yet, and it's like $50 on the aftermarket now.
Okay, so do you want to hear some BS when it came to that mold in my work? We had a couple of those fly through our. First off, everybody, I work at Target, and go to Target and complain about this because we had a couple of of this OG mold fly through our store. But the second anybody tried to buy it, or if I try to scan it to even like look up the price, it said to return it to the backstock immediately and ship it back out because it's supposed to be called what they call Target Plus, which means it's only available if you buy it through a third party. So that means even though it's in the store.
Yeah, I think you remember talking about that. I remember you telling me about that.
Yeah, it's in the store. I have it in my hand, right? The store will not let you buy it at retail price, and you have to buy it from a third party, of course, who hasn't marked up, which is stupid.
Daniel, yes, I intentionally chose that picture of Vince Clortho from Ghostbusters Afterlife because that was the best picture I could find of the Terror Dog. Like the highest quality picture.
Kind of speaking of which, best news of the week, Spaceballs 2 got announced.
Yes, I cannot wait for that.
Dude, so I was not on so I have no Facebook, I have no Instagram, I have no social media on my phone. I mean, I technically have Blue Sky and I technically have Twitter on my phone, but I have the algorithm specifically tailored to I figured out the algorithms, so I have them specifically tailored for certain things. So like nothing came across my feed, like no new announcements, like no news feeds, like no news announcements got popped up on like my news feeds from Google, none of that. I'm just scrolling through TikTok and I came across the official Amazon MGM account and it starts playing the teaser trailer.
Like the full-on scroll about talking all the movies that came out in the past 38 years.
Yes. And it starts scrolling off and I'm reading it and I'm kind of giggling to myself and I noticed like I was like this music sounds very familiar, and it keeps going and keeps going and keeps going, and it goes and then when it hits the but over the 30 years there's only been one Spaceballs, and I think it's a tribute, right? Just like a cute little post that they're going to say like, oh, there's going to be a Spaceball anniversary or something like that.
And then you see the until now.
Yeah, and when the until now scrolls up, I was in the exact same seat I am now, right? I started screaming at the top of my lungs how excited I was to finally see a Spaceball sequel. Spaceballs is as old as I am. I was born in 87. Spaceballs came out in 87. I've been waiting all my life for a Spaceball sequel.
Yeah, I cannot wait for that. I hope Mel Brooks recorded his stuff as Yogurt and President Scroob. That way, if he does pass before the movie comes out, he at least has his stuff in it.
Would you believe that dude is 98 right now?
I still can't believe he's 98, and just like Dick Van Dyke, I can't believe he's 99. But
no.
we're getting off track.
Correction. Mel Brooks is 98 going into 99. He was born in 1926, so he turns 100 next year. If he is alive when that movie comes out, he'll be 101.
Hope he can at least make it to the final screening.
Yes. And Rick Moranis
at least to the wrap party after they finish it and screen it themselves.
Yeah. And Rick Moranis coming back? Dude!
Rick Moranis coming back. Bill Pullman's coming back.
They're bringing back as many people as they can.
Yep.
Because sadly, Joan Rivers passed. John Candy passed.
Yeah.
Yes. But, I'm sorry. I disturbed us, but that was definitely one of those excited things I have to get off my chest. Ah.
Yes, Daniel. The fan stream. Yes, we're getting to it. Yes, this was on the 10th, so let's get right into it. Starting with a lot of people's least favorite. I'm still really excited for these. Firefly, based on his cartoon model, and heavy. Well, not quite heavy, but definitely a retool of Slingshot.
Wait.
What?
If he's a retool of Slingshot, can he do the split thing?
Yes. He is the right arm of Superion.
Oh, okay. So they kind of did what they did with Dragstrip and the other one.
Dead End.
Yeah. Okay. Yep. I thought the other one was a leg.
No. But yeah, Firefly, retooled enough to look like an F4 Phantom without getting in trouble with copyright, but mostly just the wings and the nose cone that were changed. I don't even know if the wings were changed. But
they look a little bit more broader.
He's not bad. I wish he came with more accurate blasters, but it's going to be hard with that handguard. So we'll see what DNA does.
Yeah.
Then we got our turnaround. As soon as it changes slides, why is it changing? There we go. So got the full turnaround. It is, like I said, just a retool. They changed the chest, nose cone, possibly the wings, and of course the head to look like the cartoon model. I know a lot of people wanted the mouth plate, but too bad, so sad.
Yeah.
He looks enough like an F4 Phantom to me.
They'll save the mouth plate for the eventual G2, not the G2, but the toy model release like they did for Menasor.
Yeah, I wouldn't put it past them, or even G2 colors. Slingshot, or not slingshot, skydive looks really good.
Yeah, them actually doing the deco on the wings like that, like, made me happy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, F-16 and just kind of a wider body. It could be the blister fuel tank. There you go. Something I learned recently about with fighter jets is they have those blister tanks for extended travel.
Oh,
That's what Blackout has for his fuel tanks.
Oh, okay.
He's got the pods and the blister tank.
Okay.
So yeah, he's got his proper blasters. So we'll see what happens with Fireflight. His turnaround. So like how Air Raid has both fins, he just has the one that plugs in to his left leg. Cleans up really well, of course, in robot mode. Jet mode, it's the standard, just like Air Raid, where you got those big, chunky legs filling out the back.
Yeah.
But still, looks pretty good. Gray jet turned into primarily black and red robot. So, combined mode, Superion. Yeah, full combined mode.
Okay, so he looks good, but
Oh yeah. The jets stick way too far off the back.
yeah,
But you could use the afterburners here with blast effects, so you can have the rocket boots.
if at least for me, if they could have done at least two things. One, if they could have found a way to make the wings wrap around the legs, right? To at least kind of to at least I mean, this is, I don't I'm not an engineer. I'm just guessing here. Like, if maybe the wings could wrap around the legs so they're not bulging out the back. And if they could have found a way to at least make the cockpits fit a little bit more flush to the backpacks a little bit more, it would have been fine.
Or make the lower leg portion of the frame shallower. That way it's not sticking off as far. But we could still have the wings and the cockpit sticking off like they should, but just not as far. Like, if they could have cut this in half, I don't think people would be complaining about the legs as much as they are.
No, yeah. I mean, the reason why it worked for Menasor is because you're putting a flat brick on the back of Menasor's legs.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why it worked well, because they were already flat. This is their tumble. This was from a design aspect. This was their but at the same time, you can look at it like this. This is their tumble of they could have done better, but at the exact same time, it's in the back. It's in the back of the figure. Who and the common phrase amongst us is, who displays a figure facing backwards?
I do. Says random number 4.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, I mean, like, unless he's you could be doing a whole battle scene, and their back is facing to the camera, like to like how you face the display.
Mm-hmm.
And so I mean, like, I can understand that, but at the exact same time, it's like not everybody displays it from the back. So, but at the same time, it's like you could have done better, but you possibly could have done better. But I think we might see that the rework when it comes to our next combiner.
Yep. And we'll be talking about that with the leak listings.
Yeah.
our next deluxe is Venom, or due to copyright with Marvel, Venin.
See, I've always had a problem with the what they call the deluxe Insecticons, the different, basically the different ones, right? Because Brain wants uniformity, even though they're technically Insecticons. I want them all to be the purple and black and yellow color scheme, but for some reason this dude just hits it for me. I don't know why.
Yeah, the green and orange plus the translucent for the wings, even the down to the detail, which Mark pointed out during the stream. Like they kept some techno detail in there, but still kept the veins for the actual insect wings.
Dude, keep it insect, like the insect veins, but make them look like circuits. That's a perfect, like cross path. But no, it looks good. Like it's I don't know. Like sometimes the figures, like I don't know how to explain it. It just clicks. And I can really like dig it,
Yeah. And I love the fact that his robot mode head just flips back on a panel, and you got the insect eyes just on the side of his head. So, and then the antenna is the proboscis. It's not even really a proboscis; it's more like an anchor, I think. Because at this stage in the cicada's life, all they're serving is the purpose to breed. I mean, I hate to talk about that, but that's literally all the stage of their life is.
I'm here to bone and nothing else.
Well, I mean, that's why all the males are screeching.
Yeah.
But you can combine the axe and the gun to form a battle axe.
That's still a cute little detail because it's like they're both accurate. He did come originally with a hatchet, and he did originally come with a little gun, and able to make them both turn into a bigger axe. It's kind of like, duh. Why don't we think that?
It makes me more mad now that the other three didn't come with their special like melee weapon.
It might be because like this dude had just enough room in his molds to afford it, and they couldn't.
Yeah, because the other two were part of a 2-pack for last year's subline. And then Kickback was the first 4-pack.
Yeah.
Or ransack. But here's the turnaround. Oh. There's the turnaround. And with the way the wings form around, I wonder if they're going to try to retool this into Beast Wars Jetstorm.
Ooh.
The Dragonfly.
Yeah.
The cicada looks good. Long legs, but I mean, the real ones have long legs too. Yeah, looks good. Next one we have is Mike Cronus, who there's a lot with him to talk about.
He was kind of for me at least, right? He was the surprise of the reveal of this week. Because I knew we were going to get a Mike Cronus eventually, right? I wasn't expecting him to give us a whole mech suit.
Yeah, I mean, straight up the Apex armor, I think is what they were going for.
Yeah, and not just the Apex armor, but he turns into a unicycle.
Well, it's I think Common Rider, I think, is what's popular right now that has a motorcycle like this, or some people are saying even like Code Lyoko.
Code Lyoko. I don't think like you're talking
it's
to your
a monobike, basically.
You're talking to your resident Kamen Rider fan right now. Pushes up glasses. Yeah, there is no motorcycle currently in Kamen Rider, but yeah. Anyway,
thinking of some sort of Saiyan series, or not Saiyan, Sentai series. There's some live action like Kamen Rider Super Sentai-esque series that had a monocycle like this.
Power Rangers SPD / Pata Ranger. Yeah, they had their 6 Ranger had a motorcycle, unicycle. Yeah, it's a motorcycle with a big wheel. That's all. That's it. So that's probably what you're thinking of. I'll send you a picture later. Yeah. No, but you're right. You're right. There was a Sentai that had one.
Yeah, his personal vehicle or his alt mode is a Minicon storage panel with the Minicon symbol.
I love please, for the love of goodness gracious and everything that is Primus and Unicron, can we please just get Minicrons from now? Please.
we got the progenitor of all minicons right here, so it's likely to happen very soon.
Please, for the love of God, we haven't seen minicons since what?
Well, technically, we saw one 2 years ago.
Well, okay, no, hold on. In a mass distribution sense, the last time we saw minicons of any extent was flipping 2015.
Yep, the Thrilling 30 Centurion.
Oh no, not just that. I'm talking about like RID.
The deployers.
Yeah, they're technically deployers, but they're officially minicons.
well, yeah, the deployer style minicons. Yeah.
But I mean, like, I would like to, like, we're due for minicons to come back around again, and because for those who are listening, I love the size aspect in Transformers. I love that they're not all the same. Like, I have Unicron, I have Unicron literally not even 2 feet to my right. Like, the big son of a bitch is right there. And in my hands, I still have Bone Crusher, and it's really cool that I have a guy that's just small enough to be his toe in my hand. And he can hold little dudes like you can give him like Legends classes for him to torture and stuff, you know. What is it? But like I love the size aspect of Transformers. And so I want more minicons, and I love the fact that this dude comes with his own. Not only is it a mech suit, not only can the mech suit transform, but it's also a battleizer too. Yeah,
it's a weaponizer, it's a pretender, and it's a minicon. Like 3 things in one.
And
that's pretty much what the Chimera Stone, which is that little round,
the thing in the middle. And the thing is too is that weirdly enough that fits minicons, because minicons from minicons from a battle class aspect, right? You know, like operator, commander, scout, and all that. They're a support class. So having him to come in on the mech suit to provide cover fire, just for him to maybe transform, go into his minicon form to attach to someone else, and have his mech suit explode into components that can form weapons for the other bots, makes so much sense in my head, you know?
Yeah. Sorry, I stopped the screen share so I could find something, because I think some of my slides just straight up got deleted.
Uh-oh.
Because I had another one showing off the pictures from Mark, and yeah, they're just not there. So I don't know if it didn't save. I'm going to try to bring it up here in a second. Screen. Well, here, let me test something real fast. Okay. So I know we're going a little long here too. We're almost 2 hours and we still got a bunch to get through.
Yeah.
Screen. We go. I wonder. So we get some more images here of Micronus, thanks to Mark Lonis.
Ooh, okay. So the mech suit's able to be piloted without him inside. That's a bonus.
Yeah.
That's a big bonus right there.
Yeah, so it combines into panel mode to fit inside and control from there.
Yeah.
Stone, and he is straight up based on already 2015.
Yeah. I mean, the picture was in the previous stuff.
Yeah. The Gerwalk motorcycle.
But you see what I mean though. Like it just makes so much sense headcanon wise that he is a support class type.
Mm-hmm. Right? And pretty much like a dwarf too. This is a dwarven armor.
Yeah. I'm stupid. And it just like I like it when different classes like that, battle tactic classes, get more love in a thing like Transformers. Like Yeah, we can easily think warriors, commanders, the leaders, but we constantly forget about the medics, the support classes, the people who their job is to make sure the leaders and the commander classes don't die in some aspect, that either from providing cover fire to making sure like clear, they don't die.
So real quick, here's the images of the side swipe, since I didn't get to go over it earlier. So you can see here, all they did was add just a little bit of silver to give it that headlight detail.
Give that window that nice like anime-esque sheen to it,
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying, like, there's the wheel jack. You can see the paint they did there.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is they should have made them look like this. A little bit of retooling could have really gone a long way. And same with Wheeljack, because they're supposed to be based on this and this.
Because that game did come out in 2015.
Yeah. So I don't know why those slides got deleted. I think it's just we were having computer issues and it just didn't save. So I'm hoping I didn't lose any other slides, but I got the whole folder open here, so I can just pull it up as I need. So we'll do it.
Unite for the universe. Wait, what? Apparently, Hailstorm made an appearance in one of the comics.
Huh. All right.
Yeah.
So
I was closing tabs and I came across the Hail tab, and it was like, oh yeah, he was in the comics next to Flame War, and I'm like, the what?
So yeah, there's the turnaround. You can see how these will come down to form the spokes along his legs to form the wheel. I'm really interested to see how this transformation works. To turn this mech suit into a mono wheel.
Well, I mean, the legs become the wheel.
I know, but I want to see how that works.
Yeah. I think they said thanks to him being a weaponizer, I think we're going to see some parts forming.
Could.
Which I mean, hey, if you can do some minimalist parts forming, but if you do something cool at the same time, kind of like what oh crud, what's the tank that was supposed to be Slammer?
Slammer, yeah.
Yeah, like kind of if you kind of do what Slammer did, where you parts form, but you still parts form in such a really cool way, I'll kind of forgive it,
Or keep it minimal like they did with Blue Bolts.
Yeah.
But moving on to our next slide, we're getting into the Voyagers. We have Alpha Trion, and oh my god, I cannot wait. Another fantastic mold. And he's based on his Wardon design. So that's why he's got no beard.
I love how the book.
Yep, Covenant Premise, stores, and vehicle mode. I am 100% slapping an Autobot symbol on it to look like the Covenant Primus from Beast Wars.
So it was okay. So the one thing that really, like, I saw the initial photos of him just holding the book, right, like that.
Right here?
Yeah, just the initial photos of that. I was like, okay, it just opens up like that. That's okay. That's kind of cool. But a subtle thing that they showed off in the stream that wasn't that you can that now you can see in these pictures is that it has pages.
Yeah, so it's got the cover and then 2 pages.
Yeah. Like, I would have been just fine if it just opened up like that, but it actually has pages? Like, okay.
Well, and there's so many things there. So he's got the Covenant of Primus, and then his artifact is the Quill, which archives all history and, as it's happening.
Oh, dude.
So it's kind of like a watcher.
Dude, there's stuff in that book.
So translated, that writing there, it says till all are one.
Is it just that page, or is it?
I'm not sure. I think one of the pages has like an Autobot symbol or another symbol on it.
Dang it! It would have been so cool if they just include a couple of pages of just like a couple of phrases or stuff like that. More than just that one page.
I don't know. And then the Autobot symbol that comes out of his chest is from the season 3 episode "Forever Is a Long Time Coming."
Yeah, right.
It's the badge. Huh?
Where he holds up the badge.
Well, it's not just the badge. It is the Coder remote, which reprograms the Quintesson Sentry robots into being the guardian robots of Cybertron, which is what Omega Supreme was.
Oh.
And there we can see him as he was in Wardon, the Covenant Primus, and then this is what I imagine him writing down history being like.
The Death Note scribble.
Yeah. So yeah, there, his symbol there underneath Talala 1. There's another little symbol there.
Oh, okay.
I think it's just those inner 2 pages. And of course, he comes with a shield that can work as part of his cape.
Yeah. Okay,
Another very clean robot mode.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay, Hasbro. I see how you're crafting up some goofy stuff with these primes. Like, okay.
And I can also see him being released again with the full beard to be, a later edition of Alphatron for those who don't want to track down the Heroes Born set.
Yeah.
So this is him like right at his earliest point in time, which is why he doesn't have the beard. So not unintentional pun. This is him in his prime. But yeah, looks really good. And speaking of characters that look really good, we got Flatline.
Yeah, I already fell in love with the I was looking up Flatline after their listing got leaked, right? I already fell in love with the concept, and seeing how they turned out, I was like, okay, yeah, I'm on board. I'm on board.
What would be really hilarious is if Hasbro goes full circle and makes IDW Trail Cutter out of this mold.
Ooh, yeah.
Happening with the cannon here being like the force field generator.
Yeah.
Just put another triple barrel piece there. But going here, yeah, there he is in IDW. He was unaffiliated. But he was a medic in IDW, More Than Meets the Eye. He was also in the movie comics where he was a Decepticon medic.
Oh, okay.
So, but this one they're going for the More Than Meets the Eye style. Confirmed by Mark Mayer. I even messaged him and asked, and it was also on the stream. He is coming with the left hand, which Red Alert was lacking.
Yeah.
So it's going to be 5mm, just fits into the arm. And then you can have the 2 blasters, which you could do this on Red Alert too, but the 2 attachments could fit on his back to look like the over-shoulder cannons that he had.
Oh, okay.
Vehicle mode looks so good. Just black and red tickles that spot. Little bits of silver, and of course, nice Decepticon symbol on the hood.
So, okay, it's subtle, right? So on Red Alert, they weren't painted, but the vents in the back, they're painted, and again, sometimes repainting a figure lets you repaint details in different ways, and it makes it stand out differently, and it really does with this one.
Yeah. And then, of course, you get the little heart rate thing on the side.
So, Ark, how's the G2 Mech Grimlock? How are you liking the G2 Grimlock? Yeah, you're muted.
Oh, forgot to unmute. But yeah, here's the little turnaround showing everything that it comes with. And swap out the attachments. I wonder we can put the fist in vehicle mode.
That is a good question.
I wonder if there's just a storage spot that we haven't found that would probably be in the instructions.
Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I pre-ordered almost everything that went up.
I still need to get this mold.
Such a good figure. It is a really fun figure.
I mean, the mold looks solid as hell.
Of course, we talked about this, but just figured to mention it because it did get put up for pre-order finally.
Oh, Onyx, yes.
Yeah. I hope we get a IDW deco of this because this is based on Covenant of Primus. Like, I hope we get the blue and purple IDW version at some point. Because that would look so much better. And of course, he comes with his artifact, which is the mask, which is being used right here as the arrow. So, and they mentioned on stream, like, if you're getting the primes, just keep all of those artifacts because they're going to come into play at some point. Love the six-legged dragon mode. Being the progenitor of all beast formers, it makes sense for like hand-like claws. You get the rear paws, and then of course the middle legs and hooves. It's just a monster.
I think Arx. This is gonna be like another one of those figures that Arx is gonna get because he's been loving this design as much as he's been liking Grimlock. So,
I mean, I can't wait for it either. I hope it's as good as.
I also loved that during the stream, Evan kept on trying to say, like, if you collect all the pieces, there'll be something waiting for you at the end. And who was it?
Mark?
Was it the other one, right?
Oh, Nate.
Yeah, kept on trying to cut him off. And it's like, no, you can't say that yet.
Yeah, well, Nate's a market manager, I think.
Yeah.
Because BMAC left Transformers. I think he went out to G.I. Joe. Or is staying with G.I. Joe. Huh?
Which one was BMAC?
He was the larger guy with the black beard.
Oh, he left?
Well, he left Transformers. I think he's with G.I. Joe primarily now.
Okay, so he shifted departments. Okay.
Yeah.
But still, that kind of sucks.
Mm-hmm.
But I did like how like Nathan, like the Nathan New guy was trying to cut him off. Like, you can't say that. No, you can't say that yet.
Yeah.
Like, we all kind of already assumed, but now we got confirmation from Hasbro stuff. It's like, okay, cool. Collect all the primes. We get something at the end. We got confirmation. This is cool to know.
But here's the final Wreck and Doom pack. Handsome Sandstorm, which we'll talk about that, and Slugslinger based on his Rebirth color scheme. So I've got Caliburst. So I've got the actual Target Master that's supposed to have, not a Headmaster named Caliburst. I really hope they redo these fully to be actual Target Masters instead of just Headmasters.
Yeah.
I don't think too much has changed on Sandstorm. I know there is a little bit more yellow, and his hands are painted black, like the cartoon model. And of course, he's got the cartoon face, which we'll just go ahead and get into now. It's just...
Look at the Giga Chat.
Just look at it here. Just ew.
I also do.
He's just mogging on the Hasbro face, like that is not handsome. Like he looks like he smelled a really bad fart.
Ooh. What was it? I do like that these two packs are a great excuse for them to release rare molds.
Yeah.
Because I think that was somebody that actually. Wait, hold on, wait. So Ark actually is asking, is the head a vital spot on bots? What about the bots that seem to have two heads? Like Grim has a bot head and his T-Rex head.
I don't think the head in either mode would be a vital spot. The main point of concern is the spark chamber.
Yeah. So
we've seen characters get their heads blown off and they're still alive.
Yeah. Actually, that is a lore question we can't answer on stream. So like what Dalton said, is like we've seen characters who get their heads
in cartoons. Live action, that's a gray area.
Yeah, the live action has a different continuity. What is it? I mean, you can maybe follow bodily function rules with the live action, where if they receive enough critical damage, they die. You know.
Yeah.
So instant headshot, that's enough critical damage, they die. No, like there's even the whole thing when it came to Headmasters when they first came out was that a few of them got so critically damaged that they had to put their was it that got critically damaged? I can't remember. But what they did is that when they partnered up with the people who eventually became their headmasters, the people who transformed into their heads, they even stated out loud, "Move all your vital components into your chest."
Yeah.
And their heads can come off, but they still function.
Yeah. Ark, you're right. The Tri-Studio head looks like handsome Squidward, but in the best way possible compared to what we're getting with Hasbro. So if you don't want this 2-pack, but you still want the handsome face, just go with the Tri-Studio. It's like $20 on eBay.
Yep.
Like you'll be saving $50. Because this 2-pack is, what, $75, I think, because you're getting a leader and a deluxe.
Yep. Which makes sense because that's the leader of a leader and a deluxe combined. So
yeah, and then of course the turnaround. So yeah, it does get a little bit more of the lighter shade of orange instead of so much of the darker shade. I think all the other paint apps are pretty much the same. Hopefully, they fix the chest issue.
I think this might be. I think I hate to put it this way, but I think like this might be a case of if I do buy this 2-pack, I might end up selling one of the Satstorms. I don't know which one I would sell. It'd be a case of I'm indifferent on the face, so it'd be a case of whose color scheme I like better, because that is a slightly different color scheme from the one that they released a year or two ago.
Yeah, and this is different than both the Takara and Hasbro from prior, because the Takara one was based on the Headmaster's cartoon scheme, which was a brighter. It was darker than the Hasbro, which was toy colors, but it was brighter than this. Like, this is the darkest. It's based on the Rebirth episode.
Which one was that one again?
Slugslinger.
Slugslinger?
Yeah. He's the one of the Target Masters.
Okay, yeah. I'll be definitely buying this 2-pack because if you want to buy a Slugslinger right now on eBay, it's $40 to $50 just for the figure by itself. So I'm kidding.
They addressed Misfire as another character that they want to try to get out at some point, so they're probably going to try again with him.
Please.
At this point, just redo all 3 as new molds, no Headmaster.
I don't mind the Headmasters. I just want the I don't mind them. I'm trying to
Target Master.
I mean, I can understand why they want to redo them because like Misfire right now on eBay is now almost $175 for him.
Wow, I'm glad I got the Takara one when I did.
You want me to look at the Takara one really quickly?
Well, I've got the Takara one. I got it like when it came out.
Sealed is $215.
Woohoo!
Yeah, so if they're using this as a perfect example of to re-release of more expensive molds, so people can get a better chance to get a hold of them, because I never had a Misfire. I still have my Trigger Happy. I had a Slugslinger. Actually, no, I think I had a Misfire at one point. No, I did. I did have one at one point, but I ended up selling them. But now I'm looking at the prices. Like, please re-release these figures. I would like to have them back in my collection again.
Yeah.
I would really do. I'd really appreciate that.
So, Ark, you like your G2 Grimlock? I've got 2 more here for you. This is the G2 Slug or Slag and Snarl Pack.
Yep.
And they've soft confirmed one of the listings of the other 2 going to be coming out next year.
Yep.
So we're going to be getting our orange Brontosaurus and our green and blue Pteranodon.
And Ark's already told me that his second one of his other favorite Dinobots is Swoop. So seeing that next pack being somewhat confirmed is probably going to make him happy too.
This is the one to get. Like these colors look so good.
Yeah.
Like G2's crazy colors, but these actually look really good. And he's got the Slug has the toy accurate black head, so there's that. Yeah, and the colors are a little bit more muted on these 2, but I'm fine with that. That way it's not like overly bright.
Yeah.
But also it's the lighting in the studio that they're going with.
Yeah, because those are very, very bright studio headlights, you know?
Well, then there's also areas where it's just like dark. It's like it's not the best lighting situation. But yeah, they look good so far.
Yeah. I probably won't as much as I want that snarl, because I had a green G2 snarl growing up, right?
Oh, you didn't have the red one?
No, I had the green one. As much as I want it, I think I'll just stick with the original toy colors, because I know I have to kind of pick and choose my when it comes to my space now.
Yeah.
That
red looks so good.
Yeah.
It's like red and burgundy. Because it is distinctly two different shades of red.
Yeah. He looks like he has pants on. He looks like he has pants on.
It's red and maroon. It's Sarge and Simmons. Getting into the other pack. I don't know. My friend Kevin or Justin was, well, I don't know if he was looking forward to this set, but he is a big Bayverse fan. This would have been perfect for him to talk about, but we got the anniversary. Is it an anniversary pack, or is it just an exclusive pack?
Because what is it? Next year celebrates the 15th anniversary. Oh no, last year was the 15th anniversary.
So this is just a follow-up pack to go with the
other one, yeah.
But yeah, you get the Fallen, Soundwave, and Megatron.
That Megatron has a metric ton of paint on it. That's the Takara version. That is the Takara version for sure. So yeah. So
well, this is Studio Series, so it's not the Takara version, because lately there's been no paint difference between the two.
Okay, so then yeah, what they did is that they made sure to put extra paint on that Megatron, because that Megatron is decked out.
Well, wasn't there also a battle damaged one that came out too? Because he's got the battle damaged head. Because this is like the final battle.
There was, but it did not have that hand. The gold hand.
Yeah, the gold blade.
And the gold blade, yeah. So yeah, they put some extra paint on that Megatron.
Oh.
Is it weird that this is technically the third Revenge of the Fallen pack?
Third. Oh yeah, Devastator.
Yeah, and they did add some additional paint detail on Devastator. They put some dirt on his feet.
On the long haul and
the bounty dude.
Page.
Doing, yeah.
So yeah, there's that. I forgot to put this in the show notes, but DNA, and this is not the spot why I wanted it either, but DNA is teased. They're doing a Megatronus set, so looking forward to seeing how that turns out. But looks like he's going to have some sort of chain weapon.
Yeah. Daniel, give props to Ark, because he's just getting into the franchise. That his first figure was that Grimlock. But yeah, what the heck is this?
So this is Dr. Wu. We've looked at them before, doing these little 2-packs and a bunch of repaints of Micromaster scaled figures. This is Shattered Glass Shockwave and Shattered Glass Zombie Cliffjumper.
Prime reference?
No, this was before Prime. This is when Shattered Glass was first kicking off.
Oh, okay. I never got into
like a feral creature.
I never read any of the Shattered Glass stuff, so this is, like I said, most of it. Like, all I know is about the concept. I don't know it actually it had canon.
Yeah. Well, there was a couple of comics like during Botcon.
Yeah.
This is how.
It's kind of like the same thing. It's kind of like the same thing where technically there was a Transformers multiverse, but then someone just made them all collapse together in one of those comics.
Yeah. A little bit of an update here with Achai Studios. They've been doing the Studio Series heads, and we just looked at the Sandstorm one earlier. This is the progress they've got so far on Studio Series Blur's head, and it looks far and away better than the official with the long, very long chin.
They like their chins.
Yeah, if anyone looks more like Handsome Squidward, it's this Blur. But I do like it, and I still need to order some of those upgraded heads.
Okay, no. So Shattered Glass is basically the reverse of everything.
Yeah, it's a parallel universe. Draws inspiration from the Star Trek episode Mirror Mirror.
Yeah, it think of it in terms of like a mirrored universe where everything is opposite. So instead of Optimus being a nice leader, he is basically Megatron, where he's
He's worse than Megatron.
yeah, he's a ruthless son of a bitch. Another good example would be Ratchet. Instead of him being a caring medic, no, he's a be glad you're alive so I can keep doing experiments on you kind of medic.
Yeah. Straight up mad scientist. Starscream wants to go back to being a scientist, but he's still loyal to Megatron.
Yeah.
Megatron was a mathematician turned young rebellion leader. The Constructicons are medics now, so they're full on G1 Ratchet colors.
Oh.
That's where TFC Toys got the Perseus deco of their Hercules.
Didn't Trax basically say that stay the same person, but they got gender swapped and this became a bad guy?
I don't remember. I just know his color scheme was based on Road Rage.
Goldbug. No, Goldbug is an actual thing. Goldbug in this show is after Boneby gets an upgrade.
Well, the Shattered Glass Goldbug was again same thing, but happened much earlier in Cybertronian history.
Okay.
Yeah, there were, instead of the Decepticons having Seekers, there was 3 Autobot Seekers led by Rodimus. So it was Rodimus, Blur, and Goldbug were Prime's Seekers.
Oh, instead of being jets or fast cars. Gotcha.
Yep.
Cool. Okay, I dig it.
But going back to Chai, they're doing hands for 86 Galvatron, so you can have articulated hands so you can hold the Matrix.
86 Galvatron. I was going to say 86 Megatron. The dude's not even out yet, and they're already making third-party figures for that thing.
So there's
that. Thing probably be shocked.
So if you're wanting a smaller version of Tidal Wave, Transform Dreamwave has got you covered. They're doing a leader class scaled figure of Tidal Wave.
Oh, I thought they just completely upgraded the flipping parts that come out of Tidal Wave.
No, I mean you could replace a couple of them, like in Tidal Wave, but
yeah.
No, it's fully transformable into all modes. So, and then with the pre-order exclusive, you get the jet modes of the Star Saber team and a couple of other jets. One of them being Ramjet.
Right. It's Minicon.
Yep.
Oh, that makes sense.
And then we'll get into change. There we go. So you can still combine with Megatron.
Yeah.
I don't know if he has parts that can attach to the feet. I just know you got the jetpack. Oh no, those came with Tidal Wave as separate pieces. Never mind.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can do the full burning Galvatron in this case. You get all 3 vehicles here. It's Sky Reaper, Iron Breaker, and Aqua Dreadnought. Yep, and they can combine into Dreadstorm Maximus. I think the only part that you can't swap out are the arms because of the way they work for the actual Tidal Wave.
Yeah.
They can still put the Dreadnought in the backpack and the Troop Lander in the legs of the larger one. So, yeah. I would love to get this set. I forgot. I'd send that show notes. Anyways, New Age, so this is a Legend scale figure, and it's a retool of their hoist. We're getting an animated style Ratchet.
Oh.
And complete with his little magnets, so it's just a swap out hand.
Yeah.
So, looks really good in robot mode. Where it falls apart for me is here in vehicle mode, and it's based, I think, off of a frame in G1 with hoist, where it's like missing a chunk of the window.
So they based it off of a single frame. Yeah, this makes sense. We've done it before.
I mean, otherwise, he looks like animated Ratchet.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he looks good. And you said this is Legends class, right? So these things are tiny.
Oh yeah, this New Age does amazing stuff with their Legend scale figures, and of course they recently released the Earthrise scale Romulus, which is like to scale with your Earthrise Prime. So I'm sure at some point they'll upscale that a little bit to fit with 86. They're also doing the Turbomaster Scorch. One thing that's rarely ever touched anymore in Transformers is the Turbomasters.
Those are they the wind-up ones, or are they the
The ones with the big guns, like Thunderclash.
Oh, okay.
Which, they gave the Scorch here. Right, and then next we have DNA with their upgrade kit for the first 2 Constructicons. So,
they fix the chest. Hey.
Well, so we get these 2 pieces here, which you do have to knock out 1 or 2 pins to do.
Yeah.
But it works as a friction tab, and then you fold these 2 pieces in to close off the chest. This piece folds up onto the lower abdomen. That way you can have the waist swivel. So you can still utilize the full articulation. Now you get these little slippers that go over the end of the treads to give him his G1 style feet. Or show model feet. Get some fillers for Scrapper, so you get the fill in the bottom of the feet, back at the legs, the forearm, the bicep. That's really all you get for Scrapper. Like, he didn't really need a lot. For combined mode, you take those slipper pieces for Bone Crusher, and they become extra heel support for Devastator. And I did forget to mention, you also get new forearms for Bone Crusher, so you can fold the hands away. And that way they're a little bit longer, too. So they're not stumpy little arms.
Yeah. The trumpet, though.
Yeah. They both come with their trumpets. I don't think we saw Bone Crusher in that scene. I think he was like off screen, so they made his trumpet or bugle a little bit different.
Yeah.
So, and it sounds like they're going to be doing them for all the Constructicons. They did mention there is no waist swivel upgrade for Scrapper just due to the combination.
Yeah.
Like it wouldn't be able to be a strong enough joint.
That was one thing I was trying to it was registered in my brain to say, but I couldn't say it because I was having trouble speaking. But I can understand some of the drawbacks of some of these figures for the sake of the combination, and sometimes that has to happen. Where it's like, cool, we can have a waist joint and Scrapper, but that ankle joint is either going to shred itself or it's not going to exist in combined mode. Which do you want?
Yeah.
There's it's just the way, physics.
And if you want to pre-order this for your own Constructicons, I did include the link to Big Bad Toy Store in the show notes, so it's there in the description.
Hey.
So go ahead and move on to one of our last topics. We got a bunch of leaked listings.
Woo! I haven't seen the leaked listings yet, so sock it to me.
So for next year, there is no Titan for Age of the Primes. It is instead going to Studio Series for Titan Collapse. Age of the Primes will be getting 2 Commanders instead. So I'm guessing instead of Studio Series getting a Commander, that will be swapped with the Titan class. So,
okay.
Yeah. First few we have Voyager class Swindle, so that'll go with the Voyager class Brawl for Bruticus. So I think the Swindle listing that we saw was in an incorrect listing. It was supposed to be Vortex the whole time.
Okay.
And leads credence to the fact that the frame for the Combiner is going to be very thin in the legs, as he is a flatbed truck. So the Voyager class mold for Swindle and Brawl works to fill in that space at the front. They are a front facing vehicle for the combined mode, unlike the other two.
Yeah, and thankfully, it makes more sense because thanks to a lot of those frames being modular, that's very doable.
Yep.
That's some great for they were probably planning this in the sense of they weren't just going to do it for Minosaur. They were going to probably make that frame very customizable for a lot of other combiners too.
Yeah. Vector Prime, likely just a package refresh of the Legacy version. Who knows? It might be a different color scheme because there is no package refresh markings on this listing.
No.
So for all we know, it could be Galaxy Force colors, or it could be Universe 2.0 last Autobot colors. Jalopy, who is this weird colored version of Jazz, it was based on one comic panel in the Marvel comic. He was never an existing character up until this point. Like, it was just a weird colored version of Jazz. So he's finally, so they're just...
Huh. Hey, it's more Jazz molds. I'm never going to turn down more Jazz molds.
But it's not Stepper. We need Stepper. / Ricochet, whatever you want to call him. We're getting Joyride, who was one of the Power Masters. And what I think they're going to do is, I think it's going to be a retool of Sure Shot, which is supposed to be Wave 1 of 2026. A lot of these are for 2026 and 2027.
Joyride.
So. And he turns into like a dune buggy type vehicle.
Oh, okay. Okay, just had to Google it really quickly.
Deluxe Tailgate, likely a retool of Wind Charger, which we're getting in Studio Series. Point Blank, I don't know if they're going to do anything different with him, or if he's just a package refresh. Hopefully a different head. Fangry, probably a package refresh from the 4-pack.
More than likely. Which I missed out on the 4-pack, so I would like it.
Maybe some better colors. Armada Megatron, probably just a repack. Unicron Soldier, no idea what this could be. For all we know, it could be based on Prime, the Rock Unicron avatars.
Probably. I can definitely see that. But at the same time, what are they going to transform into?
Who knows?
They're going to ball up and just turn into a rock.
Next set, Leader Class Legion Maximo, which we did see in the lineup. It's the big monster man from G2. So instead of giving us the Loki-looking design, it's going to be the monstrous design from the Marvel comics.
Yo, what? Leaves Maximo?
Mm-hmm. That big green monster-looking.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Jesus. So what is he going to turn into?
No idea.
Huh.
No clue. First commander, of course, is going to be Onslaught. So, Baticons, unknown second commander. So, could be according to JT and I think even Mark, it's somewhere between Jetfire. It could be G2 Motormaster. Like, no absolute, like, no set idea.
What was that? What was the one he said before Motormaster? What was the other one?
Armada Jetfire.
That.
It could be that. I mean, never know for sure.
Please give Prime his pants.
For exclusives, we got the Retro Wheelie, which could be a deluxe, or they could go with the core class. No idea. Maybe it was a new deluxe.
Hey, I actually wouldn't mind because the last time Wheelie got an actual physical deluxe was flipping like the GDO series back in 2009.
Recade of Jazz.
Yeah.
Watch them do that again.
Which, I mean, again, like I definitely would like to see some of the mini bots get the deluxe upgrade.
But we also have Outback, which is going to be a heavy retool of Brawn. Still hoping we see Sea Spray soon, because we're supposed to get Sea Spray and Retro Brawn.
Yeah, I was just going to say, it's been a while since we had a Sea Spray.
Well, we'll probably see those at SDCC, because this next week is Studio Series.
I got you.
Selects Combiner. Could be Toy Superion, or it could be Baldigus. I hope it's Baldigus / Ruination. Because that would be awesome. Or watch it be a G2 Volcanicus. Selects multi-pack. So I don't know if that's the G2 Dinobots or what that's supposed to be.
I think that might be the G2. Judging by how like the other Dinobots were in a Gen Selects box.
Well, they had their own listing. I don't know what the numbers were. Our second version of the Timelines pack, so we don't know what this design will be, but they said they're going to do these for the next couple of years. I hope it's Transtech for the Timelines Prime, the next round of Timelines.
Please give us something Transtech. Like, I think that's one of the most heavily documented. I can't say fumbles, but like it was such deep and heavy production, and then they just cut it. That it's been so heavily documented. We knew what the toys were going to look like. We knew what the designs were going to look like. We knew what some of this plot was going to be. Just release that for us, dude. That'd be so that'd be nice.
Timelines number 4. I mean, that's just Megatron and Bumblebee.
Yeah.
Trigen Sky. I don't know what that could be unless it's something to do with Skybound. No idea. One SDCC pack. No idea what it is. Just the number. I include a picture of G1 Sentinel because we're getting an Age of the Primes Sentinel artifact pack. So this could be like what we got back in Siege and Earthrise with the Centurion drone, or what was the first one they did?
It was the Centurion drone, and it was the other
Ractonite.
Huh?
Ractonite.
Yeah,
or what they call that one.
Yeah, you're right. Ractonite, the one that came with all the explosions and stuff.
So I'm hoping it's this G1 style Sentinel Prime. For all we know, it could be animated Sentinel Prime, or maybe a blend of the two.
Yeah.
Artifact pack makes me think it's going to be some sort of weapons and whatnot throughout the years. Like maybe we'll get the melee weapons for the Deluxe Insecticons, or who knows.
Oh, animated Optimus's gun.
Yeah, his water gun.
Yeah.
That'd be cool. DCT Pro Pack, no idea what that could be. Predacon Multi Pack, because it is the 30th anniversary of Beast Wars next year. Again, no idea who that could be. I really hope Fractal is part of that.
Let's see.
We've been needing a new Fractal. the green pterosaur.
So what is it? A Predacon what pack?
It's just a Predacon multi-pack. We could do Dark Designs Rhinox or Trigger Black Arachnia.
You know
where Black Arachnia is like all silver.
Yeah. Do you know what kind of Parabots I've really been wanting to see that Hasbro do? Depth Charge and Rampage.
Yeah. I know they were talking about wanting to do that in one of the interviews.
Like that, like those would be some really cool bots to tackle now these days.
Yeah, both of them at leader class price point.
Yup, and a little bit better with the better engineering. Imagine that Depth Charge able to do its triple changing.
It's the Star Hopper.
Yeah, without it having to use those massive joints like the did. Because like some of those toys were good for those toys are still good even to this day. Like but they still suffer from kibble issues from the time though. So imagine all those kibble issues being fixed.
Yeah. Next thing we have here is a Red Alert Minicon pack, which me and a lot of other people seem to agree that it could be like what we saw with Hotshot, where it's him and his Power Links colors with his Minicon.
I'm in the same boat. It's going to be his Power Links colors with his Minicon. It's a great.
I don't think Long Arm or High Tower, whatever the name was, I don't think it changed color scheme wise.
No.
So
I think like animation wise, it was such a very minor shift. No one could really tell.
Yeah, unlike Jolt with the toy was yellow and then orange in the cartoon. Energon 4, I don't know what that could be unless it's a 4-pack of something.
Age of the Pride Energon 4?
Yeah, no idea what it could be.
I don't know.
Studio Series, we'll get into that now. Unknown Titan, there's very limited options on who it could be. Like, it could be Stratosphere. A lot of people are wanting the Driller from Dark of the Moon. Some are saying for the 40th anniversary of the G1 movie, it could be Unicron, which I could see that.
Yeah. Because think about this. I mean, think about it this way, right? There was a period in time where there was a period of time where they took the masterpiece engineering of everything and they just scaled it down for deluxes. And even to this day, we still kind of do that. What if they did that with the HasLab? They just take the HasLab Unicron and they just shrink it down to a Titan class.
I don't think so, because there's still just so many moving parts.
I mean, they're able to do it with Masterpiece. They were able to simplify certain things, or they get rid of certain moving parts, you know?
Well, we'll see. I mean, for all we know, it could also be Gamer Edition, either Triptychon, Omega Supreme, or Metroplex.
True.
Unknown roleplay toy for Studio Series. If I had to guess, I'm assuming it's going to be the G1 Matrix with a bunch of voice clips.
Give us the Matrix, because like I think I was watching TJ Omega's video where he said basically the same thing as like we've been needing just an official from Hasbro, not third party licensed, not any of that. We haven't out of all the times that they could have made a Matrix. They didn't.
Yep, they've always slept on it.
Yeah, or they always let third parties do it.
Yeah.
Because, like, I mean, yeah. To be honest and to be fair, is like there are matrices out there that are official. Like there was that Transformers 1 Matrix of Leadership that was in Walmart, right? That was officially licensed. Huh?
I got it.
I mean, it's officially licensed from Hasbro, but it wasn't made by Hasbro though.
Yeah.
And that's what a lot of people are wanting is like we want an official from Hasbro. And even if it can do just like the bare minimum of just like cracking open, and like I can see what it can do is that maybe when they crack it open, it has an internal mechanism that makes all the other panels like explode outward. Maybe something like that.
I don't think it'll be that engineered. I think it'll just like open and just be like floating like on a couple of rails.
Yeah, or they could just flat out just do or they could just flat out just like it splits in two like it does in the it splits in two like it does in the movie, and there's just a giant ball in the middle.
Mm-hmm. Put it on a optional chain, just have it like clip on.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Moving on, we've got 86 Blitzwing. Could just be a repaint of the Legacy one, just like they do with Dramatic Capture. But again, remains to be seen.
Yeah.
Scourge, I really hope it's a new mold, because the stock version that came out was garbage.
The mold itself is fine. Just maybe
just being based on early concept art, it doesn't fit.
When I say the mold, I'm talking about like the skeleton of it is fine, but like redo the head, redo the claws,
the shoulders,
the shoulders. Yeah, the transformation is fine. It's just that like please give us a second pass at that where you guys can fix up a lot of issues, because that was not screen accurate whatsoever.
No. 86 Cyclonus, which could just be a repaint, very, very minor retool of the Kingdom one. So, another one I want to get, like, I want all the 86 stuff. Evasion Mode Optimus, Voyager class. So, finally get the Western Star, Voyager Prime, 86 Wheeljack, which could just be the Earthrise mold again.
Yeah.
TF4 Bumblebee, it doesn't say which version it is, but if I had to guess, it'd probably be the new one that's based off of Stinger's design.
That's Age of Extinction, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It could either be that, or it could be the 67 Camaro. I hope it's the 67, because I'd actually buy that.
I want to say it probably it can go either way, because we technically did get a Stinger release underneath the Studio Series label, but it was a re-release of Age of Extinction. It was a multi-pack for the Bumblebee movie. So them making a brand new mold just for Studio Series is not in the realm of is in the realm of possibilities, to say.
Yeah. TF1 Soundwave as a deluxe, so another lot to add to that group. 86 Swoop, just a repack.
Again, it's just don't mind it, because certain people might have just gotten into it, so gotten into the hobby. You know what I mean? I'm talking about Art. Art just got into the hobby, so him tracking down a Swoop would probably be like better.
Yeah. So now we're getting into some interesting stuff. Leader Class Comic Edition, Fortress Maximus. No idea which version it could be. I'm hoping it's the IDW version from Last Stand of the Wreckers.
What does he transform into?
A giant tank, like vertically tall with a giant gun.
Okay, I'm about it.
Best example I could think of, or no. Well, there's two options as far as tank modes, and they're both third party. There's the Perfect Effect Warden, which is just like a brick with the rifle from the Titan design.
Yeah.
Or there's MMC, which is, think of his battle station mode, just with no towers and treads. So it's like a big, wide, flat tank.
Yeah.
Anything, it'd be a heavy, heavy remold of Armada Megatron.
I'm about it.
Which, if they could put the treads on his back instead of being attached to his shoulder, that would be great.
I think that's doable. Like, think about where his treads sit on Armada Megatron. I do believe that's completely doable.
Put on a double hinge, like a long double hinge that can ratchet back or something.
Yeah.
On his back, and then give him those other ones hanging off his back.
Yeah.
I could see him doing it. Leader Class Comic Soundwave, which with the new Studio Series 86 one coming out, it could just be a repaint of that without the mouth plate to look like the Marvel purple and blue design. Last Night Hound, so he's getting a mulligan after that terrible version of the original.
Yeah.
Sleep Mode Optimus, which is probably going to be the Walmart capsule, because below here, I don't know, it would say Annie, so I don't know. But yeah, Dead Optimus is getting a release, and it's just going to be a leader class, so it's just going to be the commander without the trailer.
We keep talking about trauma editions, right? And they keep just like, "Hey kids, you want a Dead Optimus?"
TF5 Megatron, so we're getting Last Night Megatron as well, which is arguably one of his best live-action designs.
Yes.
Anniversary Leader Megatron, which could be Battle Damage. It could be Final Battle. And there's also an Annie Anniversary Optimus, so that there could be two different Studio Series G1 Optimuses within 1 or 2 years.
Yeah. Also, when you have a soft realization that they haven't made any last night Megatrons till now.
Yeah. And then we get into some random stuff here, like Swapticons and Cyberworld. Swapticons, we're getting Tarantulas and Black Arachnia. Makes sense.
Both spiders, yeah.
Yeah. Pterosaur and Laserbeak, both from the same mold, at least the original toys, and Laserbeak was just purple with orange accents.
It still makes sense because they're both birds, so
yeah, both Pteranodons. Yeah, Scorponok and Double Punch. I think it might be G1 Scorponok because I believe the one we got recently with the Beast 5-pack was from Beast Wars. I could be mistaken. It could be G1. I can't remember. And then Double Punch, it'd just be the Action Master character. As far as, and then Rhinox and Backstop, makes sense. They're both rhinos. First time we've seen Backstop since 2007.
Really?
Yeah. Last time we saw him was Universe 2. Or Universe release around 2006, 2007.
Backstop.
It was the little Scout class rhino.
Holy yeah. He's only had the one figure.
Yep.
The Autobot record in the Wings universe from 2014, but that's a comic.
Yeah, it was only a comic appearance.
Yeah, he doesn't even have a picture. And then you're right. He only has the OG Cybertron, a black, not a black, but more accurate like.
Yeah, the Takara Galaxy Wars version.
And then he had a. Oh no, that's it. Yeah.
And then Ironhide Ratchet makes sense. They're probably going to turn into either the van or ambulance. Cyberworld, we get a bunch of stuff here. Soundwave Deep Sea Explorer, so he's probably going to be a submarine. Ultimate Shockwave Dino. That's going to be interesting. Scourge Pirate Ship Ultimate, so it's probably going to be a big set. Hound Yeti. Armored Arachnid. Armored Ratchet. Armored Megatron Drill. Cheetor. Jazz. Lockdown.
And what are those, Cyberworld?
Yep, this is Cyberworld.
Like we know that Cyberworld's like a battle world, right? So it kind of makes sense that we're going to see some people with like actual armor on.
Yeah.
What was it? How did I miss that from Ark? It's like, hey, that's so messed up. Remember your childhood trauma? Now you can own it.
Yep. Cyberworld Multipack, Cyberworld Primal Classic. I don't know what that means. I guess it's like Classic Season 1 Primal. I don't know.
Maybe?
Classic E, Off-Road E. Again, don't know what that means. Megatron Bull, again.
Yeah.
Armored Arachnid, Armored Bumblebee, Classic. I'm guessing that's just like classic design. Oh yeah, Optimus Prime Classic. Okay. Bumblebee Classic, Optimus Prime Off-Road.
And everybody's getting car modes.
That's everything from the slides. So we do have another thing here. I think you had the link for it, but it's the Q&A with Mark. If not, I've got it here too, so I can find it. And it's there in the description, or I emailed it in the show notes.
Yeah. Was it Ultra Magnetes? We already know. Oh, is it? Oh goodness! Did you send them to me?
I think so. It's in the should be in the show notes.
Oh god! You emailed them to me, didn't you?
Yeah.
No, you sent them to me on the private messages. Hold on.
Oh yeah, on TG.
Yeah. Q&A with Mark Clonus.
I don't think we're going to go over like extreme detail, but we can just like.
Oh Jesus Christ! Okay, yeah, because there's a lot here.
Yeah,
where do you want to start?
Let's just say, okay, we'll start with the first one. Asked if the person interviewing him asked if he would like, about a Primus, whether it be HasLab or Titan, and he said he'd want it to be a Titan because he likes the underdog story and having his heroes kind of outnumbered or underpowered.
Yeah, so the question was like, what's the feeling on Primus right now to go with HasLab, Unicrop, and the 13? Is he more likely to be a HasLab or Titan if made? Answer: yeah. I would love to make a Primus, especially with the Age of the Primes collection, as he is the only guy that created them all. I'm okay with Primus being smaller robot than Unicron. For those of you that you noticed, I like my heroes to be outnumbered and outmatched, as I love an underdog story. I love to hear fans' preferences on this, so please share your thoughts on the boards.
Yep.
I like this one. What size class do you want Liege Maximo to be? I want Liege Maximo to be a leader, bigger than Megatronus. He is probably he's probably the character I wanted the most of all of the Primes, believe it or not. I've been staring at the G2 comic panel for what feels like decades, saying to myself, I need this guy next to an accurate J-axis. Despite the design challenge with his cables, I finished the deco on this beefy monster and hope everybody loves him as much as I do.
So yeah, that confirms the listing of him being a leader class.
Yeah, and the next question is what will Liege Maximo be based off of his G2 design or Covenant? And he said, boom, answered that already. Yep, he already said it'd be based off of that. Yep. Oh, I like this. Is Age of the Prime AOTP, Age of the Prime still going to be a 2-year line? If so, are you done with trilogies now? I wouldn't say trilogies are off the table. There's a lot of discussion of how to best around how to best handle the Age of the Primes as a whole. A trilogy was part of the discussion at one point. Ultimately, though, we chose to put the fan experience first, making sure the collectors could complete all 13 Primes over 2 years instead of stretching it over to 3. I mean, which makes sense because how many Primes were in the first wave? Like, what, 3?
Yeah, the first wave had 3 between Prima, Megatronus, and Solus.
Yeah.
We're getting Star Optimus, which is 13. Wave 2, we've got Alchemist. Just Alchemist in Wave 2. And then Wave 3 has 2 of them. No, 3 of them with Onyx. And we already have Vector Prime, so that's 8, I think, out of the 13. Yeah. 8 or 9. Is that here? Okay, so I'll do the next one. You said the Primes have no retools planned, but could there be alternate versions of characters themselves, i.e. Onyx with his IDW scheme, Prima with his Covenant head, etc.? I don't recall saying that, but if fans speak up, why wouldn't we consider recolors or partials? I think it's clear that our team are just fans like you are. I know what it feels like to be in the, hey, Hasbro, do this for me, please, group. So everything is always on the table. So just typical non-answer, but hopeful. Age of the Primes is focusing on the 13 Primes, but could eventually see new figs of other Primes like Sentinel, Nova, Nominus, etc. I think up front, we discussed the trilogy. We're planning on fitting some other Primes as we would have had we would have another year to bring those guys to the main line. Now that we are a 2-year program, it seems the exclusive slots have an opportunity for, let's say, a Logos Prime or Sentinel Prime. So Logos Prime being basically the Sound Blaster colors of Cybertron Soundwave. Specific generation questions. I'm going to skip this guy down the line. Is Lugnut consideration since he won the Hall of Fame? And if so, what size class would he be? My gut guides me. It tells me that leader class or leader scale Lugnut would accomplish what's needed for the character. And yeah, I agree. I could say the same thing for Megatron too. Because Lugnut's big, but he's not gargantuan. Like he's shorter than Megatron.
He's so I hate to put it this way, he's a dwarf.
He's still big and beefy, but he's still shorter than Megatron. Megatron's like the tallest of most of the Decepticons. I think the only one that'd be bigger or the same size is Striker.
If
or Blackcat.
Like if you want to put hard numbers to it, I can definitely see. If you definitely want to put hard numbers to it, I can definitely see Megatron being close to like 7 feet tall, right? Like he's big, but he's still realistically big. And in that sense, I can see Lugnut being like the 6 foot tall guy.
Yeah, and then Optimus being like 3'5".
No. Being like my size, like 5'6", you know? Because even in animated, Lugnut was only like maybe a head taller than Optimus.
No, I'm talking Prime Optimus. Optimus would be like 3'6".
Oh no! Oh yeah, if you're talking about like animated height, yeah, that is on point because Megatron was huge.
Yeah, but going on, it said, will there be more multi-packs like the Autobot Selects one with cartoon decos? Like, sure, why not? So, not a yes, but not denying it either.
It's probably a case of like they probably didn't have one planned, but or they're in the middle of planning one, so they can't really give a hard answer.
Yeah. Are you interested in doing Super Megatron and go with Star Optimus? Again, sure, why not? I love me some Megs. Is it possible we could see more Commanders and Titans per year? Another answer I would love to hear from the fans. If they ask for it, I'll try my best to deliver. Will Commanders mostly be just minor torsos for the foreseeable future, or will there be other things? I think you'll be seeing 2 Commanders sooner than later to disprove that theory, wink. So, yeah, I think that goes, again, towards Armada Jetfire.
Yep.
Is the intention to keep alternating Titan/Commander factions each year? Answer, since this is mostly an Autobot versus Decepticons brand, I think everyone expects to see the counterpart after we release, say, the Decepticon or Autobot version of a character from a certain series. We're always trying to give people what they ask for and want. After all, no Megatron to battle with Optimus isn't a world I'd like to ever live in. Was Star Optimus a success? And is there a new Titan?
I mean,
and is the new Titan price point here to stay? Yeah, the numbers aren't in it. Yeah, I mean, they haven't even shipped out yet, so it's hard to say.
You know, the bad part is he says that I can't live in a world without Megatron versus Optimus. Look what happened in the IDW comics. They had to bring in an alternate reality Megatron to make that happen.
Yeah,
because that's the only way they could fit the that's the only way they could at the time where they could fit the plot without doing a complete and utter character portrayal of that current Megatron. Which by the way, chat, he turned good and was an Autobot at the time. He basically went, yeah, I kind of realized I was being a giant dick. My bad. How can I atone? And then ever since then, he was an Autobot until the end of the run. They had to bring in an alternate universe Megatron who was still power hungry.
I didn't even know that.
Huh?
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, and because it was that Megatron that came across the Autobot Megatron and says, this is who you're supposed to be, and he almost killed Wheeljack, but Wheeljack was like, yeah, I saw this coming a mile away because Megatron. What's the one word that the evil Megatron used to say a lot? And he put a keyword activation in a shield generator in Megatron. But the problem is that shield was you couldn't penetrate it from both sides.
Oh.
So what Wheeljack did, instead of it only activating for a split second for him to deflect fire, he made it so it never shut off. Turning the ultimate defense into the ultimate prison. And they literally,
if he fires one shot, he's toast because it would backfire and just obliterate him.
Exactly. So they literally rolled him away because he was a giant ball.
Wow.
It was ingenious. It's like, cool, you have the ultimate defense. Too bad you can't get out of it now.
If you made the rest of the DJD, could you just change their alt modes to get them through? I mean, I could, but I know how passionate fans are about accuracy. Keep sharing your thoughts. So likely we'll see the DJD probably as a HasLab, I would imagine, or a Selects 18 plus exclusive.
Yeah.
Or 16 plus, whatever. If you made TFA Omega Supreme, is he more likely to be a Titan or a HasLab? If I were to share my opinion, I would prefer a Titan. I did have planned for a partial off the arc somewhere, but I think it wouldn't be accurate enough to satisfy fans, so it would have to be all new. Yes,
Fair.
Please give us the Lucknut Supremes too.
I'm completely on his side. Like, they could have done a partial. I think there was actually rumors of it for a hot minute, but I would rather just give me a full.
Yeah, new mold.
Yeah, give me a full new mold.
Any interest in making any updates of toy-only characters like Polar Claw, Bonzitron, etc.? Of course, just trying to make things fit is a challenge. Yeah. Any plans for the Beast Wars anniversary next year? What would you like to make for it most? Personally, I would like to include some of the weirder, obscure Beast Wars guys like Injector, as well as some of the less obscure ones like Depth Charge, etc. So stay tuned. The Vac Metal Metallics are a challenge in production nowadays. Still scratching my head on those. I still think just do metallic paint. Don't need Vac Metal. Just do metallic paint.
Let's go, Injector. I had that weird ass toy as a kid.
Or his Italian name, Aquasting.
Isn't that the one that was? Isn't that the name that was in the toy commercials?
I think so. I can't remember.
Because Injector's name was completely different on the toy packaging compared to what the commercials were.
Yeah, and I don't remember. Could we see any kind of exclusive for the Beast Wars anniversary? We will see. That'd be nice. Is it possible we could get a more accurate and in-scale RID Scourge? I know the RID characters are a want, especially due to the success of Omega Prime. As I said up top, it's difficult fitting everything in together and then being able to put the story together on how they all interact with each other and make sense to the retailers. I don't see why a more accurate Scourge, or I don't see why. I wonder if he said why it couldn't happen, but he's put why it could.
Yep. My bad. Sorry. Injector's name was originally going to be Aquasting, but changed it to the last minute when it got put on shelves.
Since the new Ruticus is happening, will he be repainted into Ruination? Seems like everyone wants it. So kind of.
I mean, that's like one of the, that is such like one of the what the hell, Injector? Okay, so Arik, during the last couple of years of Beast Wars, instead of us just getting the same animals and over again, they started a line called Fusors, where like the two most famous ones is Silverbolt, which is a hawk, wolf,
an eagle and a wolf,
and you have Quickstrike, which is a cobra and a scorpion, which is a gnarly as hell combo. And a bunch more. Just look them up on if you're on the wiki already.
Yeah, Injector was a wasp body with a lionfish for the head.
Yeah.
It was a gnarly looking robot mode too.
Yeah. I had it until I sold all the Beast Wars figures back in like 2013 when I had to do the big move.
Yeah.
But
are you interested in doing
what?
Oh, is just reading the next one.
I was just gonna say, probably getting one again is probably cheap anyway. So,
Are you interested in doing a more accurate G2 Megs? I love all Megatrons. I loved painting up that Tiger Stripe Megs in Selects. Yeah, that was a good deco.
I
hero.
just realized too that Ruination, even though that's another one of those just super easy. Just give us the exact same mold, repaint it, and it's a different character.
Yep.
And it's so easy. And it's RID love too. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, sorry.
Do you want to make Armada Jetfire, and what size class would he be? It would have to be a commander to be able to attach to Commander Armada Optimus Prime. We did. He'd be pretty dope. I know Hisui-san wants him. Yeah, I'm sure that's what we're going to get next year for the second.
Oh yeah, if the designer wants it, if the designer of one of the best Optimus Primes ever is wanting it, I will not doubt it. Hasbro's is like, cool. What's the can you give us a prototype? Can you design something really quick? You know?
Yeah. Are you interested in doing Beast Machines or Energon updates? I don't know how he said now. Machine Wars. Let's talk. I wonder if he was just thinking of Machine Wars because of Beast Machines.
Nani?
So Machine Wars would be awesome because a lot of those are just random repaints. Like if we get a Machine Wars Optimus, we're going to get a Thunderclash.
Yeah, because also at the same time, that was like the most clever way to bring in all the European.
Mm-hmm. Like the Predators and the Turbo Masters.
Yeah. Well, all the European exclusive G1 toys, or G2 toys that we never got. That was a very clever way to bring them over. And I think a lot of people don't know that those were European only toys. They just remember it as like, if they even remembered Machine Wars in general, because that was a KB Toys exclusive line, wasn't it?
Yes.
So yeah, bring on Machine Wars. I mean, the crowd is there for it.
Do you want to do more minicons? How will they be released? If so, we are figuring it out. I will say you won't be disappointed. Rise up, Armada fans. So yeah, sounds like Mark really wants to do minicons.
Yeah.
Is Transformers Prime TFCON Cliff Jumper something you're interested in doing? Funny enough, I just pitched that myself. I really love how the new Prime Cliff Jumper turned out. Could there be another Galvatron release with more paint, retooled parts? That one satisfied my thirst. I talk about the Studio Series, I'm guessing. I wouldn't mind a deluxe one, honestly, especially since it's been a while since we just had the tank version. A new Galvatron on a smaller scale would be quite interesting and refreshing. That'd be interesting to go back to, the Universe Galvatron. When more Pretender updates happen, Pretenders are really complicated nut to crack, unfortunately. I know the scales were all over the place when we came up with merging the shells with the bots. I've got some concepts I've thrown around for trying to really rebirth the shells to make sense. Not too shabby ideas. Just got to try and fit it in somehow. Would you want to do? Do you want to find movie characters like Blackout and Mayline? Yes, emphatically yes.
Blackout and Barricade were some of the most.
Yeah, I'd love to mulligan on Barricade.
Blackout and Barricade were some of the most iconic characters from the movie lines. Like look what happened with they've been so iconic with the movie lines that their designs had transcended the movie. Now Barricades, when you see Barricade now, it's more leaning towards the movie redesign, and movie Blackout got an animated design.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, bring those characters out into the stronger ethos, because look what happened with Lockout and Bulkhead. Those characters were
Lockdown.
Huh?
With Lockdown.
Well, I'm saying Lockdown and Bulkhead. Both of them started originally from animated.
Yeah.
And their designs transcended into other genres. Lockdown eventually made it into the movies, and Bulkhead made it into Prime. So yeah, more please.
Next one is: are all the new combiners going to have the frames? perfect question here. I think what people aren't realizing here is the frame gives the ability of the combiner to pose and articulate like all our figures do. You need powerful joints and ratchets for the posing of big figures. And honestly, the framework allows for those capabilities you didn't have before with the Combiner Wars attachments. The team is willing to bend on certain characters, which has been proven with Devastator, but honestly, it's all about the final look for me. If I can pose out Superion like a decent or like a recent deluxe and still feel sturdy, strong, and solid, you won't get those features during a non-frame system. And yeah, I mean, some people are with their Combiner Wars, yeah, their joints are still holding up, but a lot of people, the joints are not holding up anymore.
Didn't we have this exact same discussion when Superion got announced?
Yep. Oh, it's something that people are always arguing about, just like with Megatron Tank.
Yeah.
Interested in doing a new Predaking? Yes, always. I would love a new Predaking myself. Are you interested in doing more Micromaster Combiners? Haven't thought about those, so probably not.
Give us a Predaking done in the same method that we're getting like the Devastator and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, please. Give us more of that. Natively combined with minimal frame parts to help them hold together. Yes.
General questions. Are you interested in doing made-to-order programs for Transformers like you're doing with Marvel? Yes. So this could work with HasLab stuff to give us, say, Splendid Convoy or the unreleased Defensor / Hotspot. Could be interesting. Or Rescue Autobot Lio Kaiser. Could the Evergreen designs ever become full toys? I know I want that barricade design, is what Mark said. No information on future plan for Cyberworld toys as far as making them like full deluxe scale. Do you want to do any more of the Izers in the future, like weaponizers and whatnot? Yes, personally, I would love Insecticonizers. There you go. You can have Bob the Insecticon from Matumti.
Yo. Hold on, Insecticon, like Insectizers. How? Wait a minute. Whoa. How? In what manner are we talking about?
Like the fossilizers and whatnot. Like they come apart and you can make weird mutant insects.
Like you can have like an arm be like a grasshopper, or like the legs like a grasshopper. Oh, like a swarm of insects become a robot, dude.
Or one robot can split apart, and you can do it between like 3 different Insecticons to make weird mutant insects.
Yeah, that'd be that, dude. I just think about it like a weird insectizer right now, right? Make it like a 3-way, where a horned beetle makes the main body, a grasshopper makes the legs, and a Hercules beetle splits apart to form the arms.
Yeah,
dude. Yeah, that'd be so cool.
Could Core Class return in the future? I love scale-accurate things. It's always on the table. On the subject of Core, could we see packs of them being sold as a deluxe? Let's say 2 Core figures in a deluxe package. That's a great idea. We need a Spidor. I mean, we have the mold for it with that Naruto pack.
Yeah.
Is there still interest in doing weapons / accessory packs? Yes, I'd add with flight stands and blast effects, please. Will future Timelines figs be original designs or keeping based off past stuff like Hearts of Steel? Evan Brooks always has good things up his sleeve. Stay tuned for those gems.
Stay tuned for more.
What kind of Japan crossovers would you like to do? Gundam, Macross, etc. Orgus? I don't know what that is. Hands down, my first go-to that I want. I don't know what Orgus is.
Hold on, let me see. Where's it?
Orguss.
And what's this under?
It's
general questions.
Yeah.
Orgus, hands down Orgus, or what is Orgus? ORGUSS. Think Macross.
Okay, like kind of like Robotech.
But kind of chibi-fied a little bit. Yeah, it looks like there is one Orcus that has one of the Robotech logos on it. So yeah, think Macross, but kind of chibi and a little bit like a little bit more cartoony design wise.
Collabs or retools of collab molds and mainline, yes. Would Transtech or Reactivate be things you'd be interested in doing concept art fix? Yes, anything you think is cool. I'm right there with you. What other hearts? Huh?
That's exciting. We gotta start changing for Transtech.
Yep. What other Hearts of Steel figs would you like to do? Shockwave immediately. Yeah, agree.
Yeah. For those who don't know, Shockwave turns into a giant battleship in the Hearts of Steel line.
Like ironclad paddle boat ship.
Yeah. Like Civil War era battleships. So there's a couple of third-party figures out there. He looks gnarly.
HasLab questions. HasLabs have been leaning towards Japanese characters. Is that intentional? Evan Brooks does those. He's a big Japanese Transformers fan. So, possibly yes. In general, what other kinds of things would you like to see for HasLabs in the future? I want a real working boombox that's a transformable blaster with real tape cassettes that have Transformers music on them, but still convert into eject, ram horn, etc. Good luck. Is there any interest in other HasLab or in either a HasLab Unicron reissue or a whole new Unicron for the anniversary? Unicron nearly broke our lead engineer the first time around. I'd love to revisit it. It's such an iconic piece, but I'm not sure it's in the cards just yet. Is the Lio Kaiser Rescue Force repaint something you're interested in? Of course. Question about why Lio Kaiser is under Legacy instead of Age of Primes. It's just to fit in with Victory Saber and Deathsaurus. Just too long didn't read. So, last two. Are there still going to be live streams? You seem to have slowed down in favor of convention reveals. We love doing our live streams lately. We've been experimenting with different ways to connect with all of you, and conventions are part of that mix. That said, they're not a one-to-one replacement for that energy and direct interaction we get during live streams. There's a lot of goes into deciding timing and format of those, but don't worry, we're just as eager to get back in front of you. Stay tuned, exciting things on the horizon. And then, personal question, what is one figure you'd like or you'd most like to make? Thunderwing.
Ooh.
So, that is all the questions. We have gone for 3 hours and 17 minutes. I think it might be a good spot to stop for today.
Yeah.
It's the longest stream we've done in a while. I did not intend for it to go this long. But, yeah, so Daniel, Art, Justin, if you're still here, great having you guys here as always.
Yeah.
Going back to 86 Megatron Dilemma Vehicle Mode, Gun Mode, Activity Customized. Scott. Yeah. I mean, there could always be an upgrade kit to turn that Megatron into the Skybound tank gun thing.
Yeah.
But like I said, that's a good spot to end it. So do the rounds one more time. Where can everyone find you? And what do you got coming out?
So we have, let's see. So Werewolf Finder for my toy reviews, Werewolf Finder Gaming for the video game reviews, and starting next week we will be playing Transformers Earthspark Expedition, and I might or might not be writing a review for the big orange ball that's on my desk. So because that one that review will be more of a essay type review, something like you see more along the lines of like Vangelis, not really a in the hands of like just like fresh off this reviewing the toy figure. No, it's like reviewing the implications, also reviewing the HasLab, a lot of more stuff behind it, other than just the toy itself, like also the impact around it, and also and other things about it. But that or might not be written right now. I'm not sure. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Maybe there's already 2 pages. But yeah, that's what I currently have in the pipeline. I am still working on the playing every single Transformers consoles games. But after we beat Earthspark, dear Lord, that is the halfway point. Technically,
that's the halfway point. How many other games are there?
Huh?
How many other games are there if that's the halfway point?
Oh, let me pull up my list.
Oh my goodness, there's a list.
There's a list.
Oh my god.
Okay, hold on. Let me pull it out. Thankfully, I've been documenting it all, right? So if we don't include the different versions, right? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Technically, it stops there at consoles. If we want to include the very first Transformer games that ever came out, which were only available on the Commodore 64 and PC, that turns into 21. Well, I mean, think about it. It's been 40 years.
I know. Damn.
There has been 21 games. We have gotten through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We've only gone through 9 of them. One of those is a flex spot because I did have Transformers: Revenge of the Fallen twice because the PS2 the PS2/Wii version is different from the 360/PS3 version.
Yeah.
So we have to show that since it is technically different. So,
well, but also including on console the DS version of the movie game, the first movie.
No, that's a separate video.
Oh.
All the handhelds are separate videos because you have to remember when you start counting them all up, because you have to count when you say the Transformers 07, Revenge of the Fallen, and Dark of the Moon games, you have to remember
they're split up between the factions. I forgot about that.
Yep, and each one's considered a different game. So even though those DS games would come out, that's not 3 games, that's 6 right there. That's 6 games. Then you have the War for Cybertron games. That's 2 more. You're already at 8, and you only technically have only covered 4 releases.
Wow.
Yeah. The mobile games, the handheld games. I gotta say, not the mobile games, because there's been plenty of mobile games coming out for phones, which we're not gonna like the smartphone games. We're not gonna cover. We're not gonna cover those.
Yeah, some of them are gone, like the Battle Tactics game.
Yep. That game was only out. Yeah, that game was only out for a year. Because like as soon as they announced Earth Wars, they dumped that game. I was looking at release dates and announce dates because the same thing happened with a Digimon game I really liked, where they dumped the game and literally a week later they announced a different game. So it's just like we know why we figured out why you dumped that game, because you wanted to start pushing this one. Yeah, the upside to this is that the last 6 games, right? Because we're kind of going backwards here. I say kind of. Because when we hit the PS1 and earlier era, which is the 2 Beast Wars games and the G1 games.
Mystery Convoy.
Yeah. We are going to fly through those games. Because if you know what you're doing, those games are only an hour long. We can beat, if we know what we're doing, we can possibly beat multiple games in one stream. I stream for 2 hours Monday through Friday, by the way. So that's why when we hit after so the order we have now is Earthspark Expedition. After that is Galactic Trials that came out last year. Then we go back and we mix things up and go to the PS2 era to play the Transformers Armada game and the Revenge of the Fallen game. Then we go back to the Wii. I'll just I'll do it on my own. And I'll record footage for the Revenge of the Fallen game because again, it's the same game as the PS2 game. But then we play the Dark of the Moon Stealth Edition game and Cybertron Adventures.
Wow.
And then we jump ahead to the Transformers Prime game for the Wii U, which, neat fact for those who don't know, the Transformers Prime game came out on the Wii, Wii U, DS, and 3DS, and it's the exact same game across all 4 platforms. Just what better quality do you want? Which it's actually kind of cool that they were able to make this same game just across 4 different platforms. So of course we went with the better looking one. But yeah, after that we hit we go backwards to hit the PS1 and go back forwards, and because Beast Wars Transmetals is a fighting game, it doesn't have a story mode. It has a ladder. That's it.
Yeah,
we can beat that in the OG Beast Wars games in one stream if we really wanted to.
Or
So,
you could go through the progression as different characters, just keep cycling through the fight.
Oh God, no!
Yeah, it's a different experience because it's the different design.
But it sounds like a lot, but once you really get in context, because I've been really doing like how long does it take to beat the X game? We're hitting these shorter games now. We got the more longer quote unquote games out of the way. But once we hit the Wii, we're going to start flying through some of these games, and then that's when the actual recording process for this big and massive video will come into play. And I want to try to get this video out by the end of the year. If anything, I want this video to come out as a big Christmas gift.
That'd be cool.
I played every single console game in depth. I didn't do like what some of these other people did that said they played every single console game and only played it for like an hour and then they gave up. No, I played and I beat each one on stream. Suck it. Some of these were painful. Rise of the Darkspark was painful. That last final boss, we were stuck in it for basically 2 hours because it glitched.
Oh no.
Yeah, apparently the 360 version of it is busted, and
it sounds more like less busted, more cursed.
Yeah, and because what happens in the 360 version is that Lockdown's not supposed to be able to two-shot yet. He can in the 360 version because it's not coded properly.
Oh.
On normal.
Oh.
So yeah, you want a challenge? Go face that final boss, because we've had people in chat during that final boss say, "Yeah, I didn't have a problem with the final boss." And my first question was, "What version did you play?" "Oh, I played the PS4 copy." I was like, "We're on the 360." Yep. And yeah, it's we're having a ball streaming everything. We are dedicating at least one day out of the week to a more modern game. We are playing Doom to kind of cleanse the palate. since we're in the phase, we won't get back into the good phase until we hit Transformers Armada for the PS2. So
the goofy off phase of Transformers games.
The what?
The goofy off phase.
Yeah, the goof offs. I think I haven't seen much of Galactic Trials because no one played it.
I don't think anyone wants to play it.
No, because it's a Transformers game that came out of nowhere, barely got any kind of advertising, and when it got released, nobody was playing it on Steam charts.
Oof.
And it wasn't until a week later that like 5 people were on Steam charts playing it. Now, mind you, this might be a case of we can't really use Steam charts as an actual metric, because not a lot of people, and especially not a lot of kids, because this was a this is a game that was marketed strictly toward kids. Not a lot of kids are playing strictly on PC. So Steam charts is an idea of how something's going, but not the but it shouldn't be used as the one all be all, if you know what I'm saying,
Yeah.
Let's see. As of right now, Rise of the Darkspark? No. Rise of the Darkspark, thundercracker. Oh, it has all the DLC. Let me see here. I'm trying to see if Grounds. No. Fantasy Grounds? Oh, that's the role-playing game. Hey.
Yeah,
Okay. No way. Don't tell me that again.
what?
Okay, I found it. Galactic Trials. Current players, none. There's no one playing Galactic Trials on Steam right now. 30-day average 1.4. And I'm trying to click on it, but it keeps on giving me an internal service error.
Well, we'll figure that out next time.
Yeah, no one's playing right now. There's more people playing Transformers Battlegrounds than Galactic Trials right now. There's 10 people playing Fall of Cybertron. Yeah, but yeah, it's a slog. It's gonna be a slog.
So that's everything you've got coming up.
Yeah, as of right now, it's because what I'll probably do to try to fill the time, because like since both the big ball and since the big ball and the console games are such a massive project, I probably will start filming smaller reviews just to fill up the video gap. And I'll put toy reviews because I actually do want to talk about some of these toys. So all you got. So the only way to find out is to stay tuned.
Yep. So if that's it, find me everywhere till $10.95. Just standard stuff on my end. Weekly review coming out. It's going to be either Heatwave or Studio Series Galvatron, whichever one's going to be easier to record and get through. Because I also do comparisons, and with Galvatron, there's, let's see, how many variants do I have? I've got Studio Series, Behold, and Toy Color. So I got 3 other versions that have to go through both modes. And close to the same thing with Heatwave, with Bulkhead and Breakdown, which I'll just use one of each.
Yeah.
Or I could do the 2-packs that just came out. So I don't know. We'll see what happens, but that's pretty much it. We've gone out for 3 hours and 31 minutes, about an hour and a half more than I would have liked to, but there was a lot to talk about. There was a ton of stuff for the past 2 weeks.
Yeah, this. I think we. But then at the same time, we called it.
Oh yeah.
We said it on the last stream that this stream was going to be longer because of the all the news dump that was going to happen on the 10th, and yeah, we called that too.
Yep. Well, and of course, that same night or the following day, like we started getting those images of Megatron leaked.
Yup. So it was just yeah. It's, man, I hate to like, if this is one of those days where we have all this, I hate to be like back in the day when it was like all the movie stuff just constantly being drip fed out. People would have to run weekly podcasts instead of bi-weekly.
Yep. I mean, that's how it was back in the Cybercast days. It was a weekly podcast. And that's how it used to be with Stasis Lock. It was weekly, too. Which, I hope to bring that back. I would love to get Joe and Candace and Dylan back on stream one of these days. Hopefully try to get Mike, too. I haven't really talked to him much about Transformers releases. And with TFCON coming up, I know he's looking forward to that. So,
of
course, Brett. Can't forget about Brett.
Yeah. I got an idea. Recommended Transformers quick content, like a certain episode or a book.
Well, that's something to talk about later.
Yeah,
but, yeah, we need to cut this because we've gone way too long now.
It's just a thought. Just a thought.
Yeah. So hope you guys enjoyed the stream. Fortunately, my buddy Kevin, Justin, couldn't make it. But hopefully next time he'll be on. We can talk about some of the Botcon stuff, and then the official Hasbro images for Studio Series Wave. So that being said, hope you guys enjoyed. See you next time. This has been episode 1 of Axalon News. So see you guys next time. Hopefully you guys like the new name. See you next time.
Bye.
As I said, Bye. Beast Wars, Alfredo.